Hey, what's up with it, man? How y'all doing? Uh, H-Town tapping in. What's up with it? Chattanooga, Tennessee. What's happening? How y'all doing? Uh, did I post the link? Alabama checking in. What's happening? Uh, yeah. We done been on here a little more, or a little over 2 minutes, so I'm just wait a few minutes to try to give people a chance to come in. What's up with it, DC? Uh, Blessed by the best G. Highway paid. Hey, what's up with it? Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Appreciate y'all for tapping in at this time of the day. Baton Rouge. What's up? Shout out Baton Rouge. But yeah, man, I just was thinking to myself today, and I decided to have a conversation of I decided to just start a conversation that we can conversate about a lot of things that we a lot of narratives that's painted. So that's the purpose of this conversation today. But I'm just gonna hold up a few minutes, man, before we get off into it. I actually wait about 15, 20 more seconds. Uh, but yeah, man, for the people that don't know, uh, this is another episode of Uncomfortable Conversations. Uh, Uncomfortable Conversations is a channel that I came up uh with the intent of identifying some problems that exist within our community, within our culture. Uh to once we identify the problems, acknowledge and accept the problems, and be willing to sit down and have a conversation about these problems, but having these conversations about these problems from a resolution point of view. We're going into these problems with the intent of trying to come up with a resolution. Because if we can come together, acknowledge and agree that it is a problem, and we understand it's a problem and the things that cause the problems, then we should be able to address the problems. So yeah, that's the purpose of this. That's the purpose of this channel. So, yeah, with that being said, welcome to another episode of Uncomfortable Conversations, man. And we'll get right on into it. It's crazy how you can never get an OG on the street to give you game for free. But since it's money involved, all the OGs got game for us now. It's crazy. It's a whole lot of things that's crazy. But shit, yeah, life is crazy. But blind but yeah, Richard Porter, yeah, I think that is crazy. But I don't know how accurate that is. I don't know how true it is. That might be your truth. But I done had uh I done had a bunch of people give me game without no compensation. The thing about that too, a lot of times people seem to only be receptive to information that we call game by way of the internet. But yeah, everybody they reality. But yeah, we when I thought about this topic, I was thinking to myself like you know, we always hear men say, you know, or us as men, we always say that you know, I want a woman to be this and that and the other, and I want a woman that know how to submit. And you know, black women ain't submissive enough. So, you know, when I think about it, I listen at it, I say, you know, ain't nothing wrong with having a woman being submissive. But what are the things that you want a woman to be submissive to? Should a woman just be submissive just because you a man? Or just because you a male, you stand up and piss? So, you know, as I went back and forth with these different dilemmas in my head, you know, I was actually trying to spend some time understanding, like, you know, what do we mean when we say we want a woman to be submissive? But most importantly, what do women mean when they say, I ain't got no problem submitting to a man, but he got to be a real man, or he got to be the right kind of man? So when I weighed the two different perspectives, I say, well, what is the right kind of man? What is the type of man that a black woman is willing to be submissive to? And as a man, uh, what do we, what qualifies us to have a woman to submit to us? And what do we mean when we say, you know, we want a woman to be submissive to us? You know, if you want me, my understanding in my other situation, I see it like this. If I want a woman to be submissive to me, then I need to represent something that's worthy of being submissive to. If I'm just a man that pulled up with a whole bunch of different ideas, and I just can swing from a tree to a tree, but I can't really make no changes. I can't make nothing happen. Should she be submissive to me, or is she wrong for rebelling against her desire or my desire for her to submit to me? Because see, I don't think that a woman should just submit to no any kind of man, no any man that's in her life just because he a man or say he a man. Because a lot of times we really don't be men based off of the general understanding or the general expectations of a man. And you know, what's that? What's the expectations? What's the attributes? What's the characteristics of a man? Of course, it's gonna vary from person to person, but a few fundamental values, attributes has to be present. You know, I think for a man to identify, represent, and classify himself as a man, he has to be informed. He has to have some form of information beyond just verbalization. You got to be informed in a way that can recreate conditions. You have to have information where you can take nothing and come up with something. That's one of the attributes of a man. You have to have courage. You have to have bravery, because you have to be willing sometimes to venture into the unknown. Most of all, you have to be a conqueror. You have to be one that's willing to go out and conquer, because you can't not have bravery and not have the desire to conquer and call yourself a man. You know, because the biggest thing that we have to conquer is our own iniquities, our own shortcomings. We got to conquer that. You know, we have to conquer that and be willing to deal with that so we can present ourselves in a real way and not just be bullshitting people. See, a lot of time we falsely present ourselves in a way that we think is just gonna be beneficial for us. But we can't be assisted like that. But yet and still we expect for a woman to assist us. You know, and a lot of times women know when they can people, but I'm talking about women, man and woman. So I'm gonna say women. A woman can feel when you bullshitting. A woman can feel when you full of shit. And plus, they can observe when your actions and your deeds ain't lining up. You know, a lot of times we can bamboozle them with words, but they be looking for the results. They be looking for the manifestation of them words. And a lot of times that's where we fall short at. So you know, I think it's interesting. I think it's a conversation we need to have. I think women should make it known to us what it is that they are desiring, what they looking for, what they need to see to say that this is a man that I'm willing to submit to. What type of characteristics do this man possess? Uh, I'm one man or all men, one woman or all women. I mean, you can play them games with yourself, but to each his own. But for you, for each individual person, as a woman, you dealing with your man, uh, what is it that you expecting from your man? I mean, if you don't tell him, how can you expect it of him? Because a lot of times we go into situations, we be in relationships, and we trying to provide something and we don't even know what that something is that we trying to provide because it haven't been properly and clearly communicated. So yeah, from each individual person dealing with their individual person, whoever you deal with, if you deal with a man, woman, dog, frog, it don't make no difference. But whatever it is that you have in your life, what are the attributes that this, I'm calling it a man, you can call it whatever you want to call it, but I'm talking about a heterosexual relationship, man and woman. But whatever your relationship is, the other person, what are the attributes? Most of the time it's on it did this dilemma only exists when it's a man and a woman. So that's why I'm saying I'm talking heterosexual. I don't know nothing about the other types of relationships anyway, but I know a common occurrence and a common theme is we feel like black women are too mouthy, don't submit to us. So I say, well, how do they feel about what we want them to submit to? And if they won't submit to you, then what is it that they will submit to? What type of man are you willing to submit to? I think this is information that needs to be made known. Or do you even know what kind of man that you're willing to submit to? Do say the thing ain't it ain't showing. Yeah, so I wanted to take today to create an opportunity for us to come and sit down and have a conversation and get it understood. We can express ourselves as men about what we mean when we feel like black women are not submissive, and they don't submit to us. And then the women can come and share their perspective on what it is about the man that prevents them from submitting to him. Or if you just don't believe in submitting to a man, what's your reason why? Yeah, all right. I don't know what the hell happened then. All right, let me see what we got in the okay. I don't even Yum Yum Kitchen said one man or all men. Uh how do you deal with people? Submissive means authority. No man or woman should be submissive to no one. 55th times two. No man or no woman should be submissive to no one. What you mean by that? Yeah, that's a different way of thinking. It goes against the norm. I don't know if it's right or wrong. It's about what's right for you at the end of the day. But what you mean about that? Explain yourself or help us understand. Because I might can agree with that. And if you can explain it to me and help me understand it. Uh, the Prince, what's up with it? West Texas. Uh, blind man shuffling. Yeah, for real. Uh, but yeah, I'm just giving everybody a minute to bring their perspective, their point of view to the forefront so we can have a conversation about it. Uh, I done posted the link, so I'm gonna see who gonna come up in here and we can talk about it. Because a conversation can't just be one person talking, so I need somebody to come and conversate with me. on the topic at hand with the intent of trying to bring some understanding to one another so that we can have better relations moving forward. It's hard to judge a person and condemn a person for not doing something when it haven't been made clear to them what it is that they expected to do. You know, you got to give me the responsibilities of my job before you can expect me to perform my job. You know, that's kind of what this conversation is, where we get our expectations and our responsibilities understood up front, opposed to working in reverse like we do most of the time. Shout out San Diego. What's up with it, bro? How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I like what you're doing. I like what you're
Thank you.
doing. That's a good question, man. I wouldn't even know where to start at. I wouldn't even know where to start at.
Hey, that's why it's an uncomfortable conversation, bro, because we got to figure out, we got to get an idea and understanding of where we start. And we start just starting. It's uncomfortable. It's a uncomfortable conversation that to have, but it's one that been needs to be had. We need to talk about these type of things.
Yeah, pretty much. Uh, Submission go both ways, because I think ain't no woman just gonna do whatever a man say do. He got to have some kind of sin. He got to bring it back to her some kind of way. You know, I mean, you give and you get. So where that line at, where you keep giving, because if I'm doing my part and ain't getting no submission, I'm gonna be like, let's rethink this thing. So where it start at with the giving and where it end with when I get my reward. When that's what the woman saying, when she get her reward for being submissive. When the man get his reward for being submissive boy too,
Yeah, I
I
think that.
mean, that what I mean. I ain't fighting for nothing. I ain't doing this for nothing. And some got to, I ain't 12. I'm 40. I'm 46. I don't want to be living like I'm 20.
Hold up. You how old?
46.
You 46. Okay, see, it's important that we understand the age of the people who we receiving information from because it's a total disconnect or it's a total different perspective. People from our era, dudes that in their mid 40s to mid 50s, our concept of a woman, our concept of a relationship was totally different from a dude, let's just say 35 and under, 35 to 25.
No, no
Uh,
problem.
and see the women as as the generations evolved and changed, the women's willingness to do as women do or as women had done, it changed, and they willingness to submit, they concept of submitting ain't the same as what my grandma's was. uh
Right.
let me see, we getting some people that coming on up in here today. uh
Tell you the truth, my grandmama, she was submissive, but she really ran the household. With my granddad, and she did what he said, but really she was in charge. She had 13 children.
Explain that. Is in
I
charge.
mean, he cut the grass. But he did everything that he needed to do. My granddaddy, but really, when they slept out, when that pillow talk started happening, he was following her lead. You know,
Mm.
really, because a woman, she really the heart of the household. If she ain't happy, nobody ain't happy. So if you want her to be submissive to you, this is from my perspective. I ain't 20. You know, uh, how you expect? That's gonna be a headache. You got a
Right.
big headache. You waking up looking at her like you ain't gonna do what I'm saying, and then she looking at you like you ain't gonna do what I'm saying. Well, we gotta know where to reward at. That's all. That's the first base. I was up the bat. I swung, and where we at now? Yeah.
Hey,
Sane. I don't know if you done froze up or what, man. What's happening, man?
it looked like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have.
Yeah, let's get it together, man.
I'm
We
I
ready to
felt
rock.
I yeah, I melted just I unthought. I just unthought. Hey, but you said something. I don't know, bro. I don't know if the woman is the heartbeat of the house, and I'm just saying. I just want to oppose that thinking. Uh, how the man ain't the heartbeat of the house?
Well, I mean,
What makes the woman more important or more valuable to the house than the man?
well, I ain't saying she more important, but she set a lot of the tone. You know, a man come in. If I run like when I be trying to take charge, I find myself had to raise my voice in order to say, "Hey, I don't like how this going." Then it ain't no just other conversation because she already got the children in line. So if I say I want to, this ain't what I like or this ain't what I want, then I had to be a eight. You know, I had to become an eight. You know, so that ain't no way to live. So the woman already got one way going, whether you know it or not. Just like a woman could be and broke up with you in her mind, but you don't know it yet. She already got them children in line. She got all these people outside of your house in line, power bill, all kind of stuff in line. And you usually second to come on board when it come to changing something in the house. That's how it been for me, you know.
Right, right. Yeah, I understand that you're talking about life from your perspective. We understand that.
Uh, man, I don't understand that shit. If I gotta turn into a gorilla to get something started, nigga, to get something understood, that mean my word ain't shit. You hear me? Yeah. Nigga, my word gotta be understood off the muscle when I come through the door. Yeah, nigga, I'm up under the old law. Say, nigga, I don't give a damn how much money she got. I won't give a damn about none of that. Nigga, I am the protector. I am the man of the motherfucking household, and I must do what I'm supposed to do. Yeah, nigga, I ain't gotta do no yelling and screaming for you to understand what I need to get done. So
All
when
right.
it come down to
Hold
a
up, dude.
female
Let me
being,
stop you right there. Hold up, because I think you made a valid point. I think that that's a key indicator of why a lot of women, or would have a problem with submitting to a man like that. Because see, that seems to be a conflict of interest. He got a value, you got a value system he don't have, or he don't have one that you have. So that could be one of them situations where a woman could be looking at the situation and saying, "Oh, shit, if he could tell me what to do, he'd be telling me what to do. But he ain't
uh,
telling me what to do. So he can't tell me what to do." But we
yeah.
got a
So
woman in here. When you get finished, let's hear what she got to say, dude.
yeah, I want to hear what she got to say, but at the same time, I'm just trying to put a point out there, homie. Nigga, I'm a man. Let's get that overstood. My daddy is the man of the house. So guess what he do? He do what a man's supposed to do. It is not just about bringing money into the household. I am the protector of this household, homie. All women want men. Then don't get me wrong, you got some women that'll play on a nigga, uh, and she know that nigga goddamn me a powder puss. She gonna play on that nigga. Cause a female job is to test all waters. She gonna test every nigga she with to find out what kind of nigga she got. Nigga, yeah. So therefore, nigga, if you don't know the game, nigga, you supposed to get played on, nigga. So that's what I'm saying. It ain't called being submissive, nigga. It's called understanding your role. Yeah, you gotta understand your role when you fucking with somebody that's square bitted that ain't gonna accept no anything. Nigga, I ain't come to the relationship that with my bag, nigga. I came with a bunch of jewels, nigga. See, that's the difference, man. When niggas just come with a bag, they gotta accept anything she say. Nigga, when you coming with jewels and you coming with a lot of things, nigga, to offer,
Say, nigga, she understand her position and she sure understand her role. Because if she don't, guess what? Nigga, she will be pushed out of that motherfucker. Yeah. But
All
say,
right.
now I'm talking to you, Missy. And did I say anything wrong? And what do you think about it?
No, I think you're right. It's just a lot of women, especially our generation anyway. Like you said, they do, test some niggas to. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, they may test a lot of niggas, like you said, to see, if they hard, rough, whatever you want, a hood nigga, or whatever you want to call him. But I think being submissive, I think it kind of comes with, uh, but a woman know who she gonna submit to. She ain't gonna. Well, I don't know no woman that's gonna submit to know anybody.
Facts.
Um, and she ain't gonna submit to nobody that can't lead. If she feel like
Facts.
if she feel like he can't lead her or lead this house or whatever the case may be, she not finna submit to him. Um,
Facts.
I mean, everybody is different though. You got
Let me
some
ask
women.
you. Let me ask you to clarify what you mean when you say if he can't leave his house. How do a man leave the house?
I mean, lead, and she know that she's secure with him leading, being able to take care of everything that he's supposed to take care of. I'm not. I'm talking about
Mm.
financially, mentally, emotionally. I just lead in the right direction. I don't know nobody that want somebody to lead and they don't know how, or they don't know which direction they going. But most women, they're not submissive because a lot of men use submissive as controlling, or they see it
Exactly.
as
Uh,
him being controlling.
exactly. So I'm gonna say this
So
then.
that's
I'm
go
gonna
ahead.
say this then. I'm gonna say this then, right, Missy? When we speak about the word submissive, I think a lot of people use all of the negative terms. So when they hear the word, the first thing coming in their mind is negativity. Oh, he
It's
trying to
fair.
control. He trying to
It's
do that.
fair.
Well, my thing is this here. My definition of being submissive mean that nigga, I'm gonna be submissive to my motherfucking wife as well.
Right.
Nigga say, how can you be submissive to your wife, nigga, by doing some uncomfortable thing that you really wouldn't do, but in order to please her, you're going to do. You get what I'm saying? That's how
Yeah.
this game go. Because I'm up under the law of this here. Me and you are not compatible. I don't give a damn. You are a female and I'm a male. We are not compatible. So when people say shit of like, well, we gotta be compatible, it's impossible for a man and a female to be compatible. There's no way that can happen because you are a female and you think like a female. I'm a male
Right.
and I think like a male. Now,
We
what
think
we
we
do, our
Go
job is
ahead.
to come together. And
Be a
when we
team.
come together, our job is to find out all our negativities, all our flaws. We
Positive.
gotta
Yeah.
find out everything about each other, and then we're gonna start correcting things. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? See, that's what I'm talking about. See, now when everybody sit around and feel like, oh, I'm gonna find the one she gonna be my kind, it's impossible to do that. Nigga, you gotta go through the trials and tribulations of ups and downs in relationship. That's the reason why I say there's no such thing as a perfect relationship.
But people don't want to work. People don't want. That's a job. A
You
relationship is
goddamn
a
right.
job.
You
A
goddamn
full
right. That's a
time job.
job. It's a hard job sometimes.
It is.
Sometimes it's a job where you want to quit.
You
Uh,
do.
until you go until you sit down at night and do your meditation and start realizing, is it even worth it?
Right.
Is
Yeah.
it worth me leaving somebody that's done struggle with me and try
This
to
long.
find somebody else that I think is gonna be for me? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, homie, Yeah, they say that now. I don't. Now, it ain't good to keep starting over, nigga. They say every time you turn a car off and you turn it on, you use more gas.
That's what they
Nigga,
say.
I'm tired of goddamn using all that goddamn gas. Nigga, I'm gonna let the car stay running, man. Nigga, I ain't finna use all my gas up by turning it off and turning it on. Yeah, nigga, I'm willing to work through what I gotta work through. And I'm not never gonna tell my girl to be submissive, but at the same time, she understand that, hey man, we understand each other. When she get up in the morning, she cook breakfast. She cook dinner, she cook lunch.
Hold
I
up,
don't
dude.
know how to cook, nigga. I don't know how to cook.
What
So
you mean? What you mean? You ain't gonna tell your girl to be submissive? What
I'm
what
not gonna
what is?
never I'm not gonna use the word. See, one thing about using the word submissive, people can use the word and the people gonna look at that word and take it out of context. So therefore, it's like words that you use and they all mean the same thing.
I
How
don't
can
think you have.
how can submissive be taken out of context? Oh,
Because the word done took it out of context.
but the world ain't in the relationship. This is an individual, and this is two people's interaction. That's why, I'm saying each person present their situation, present their perspective. Cause see, I noticed just the word alone, maybe that's a problem with the situation because you say just the word alone uh implies something. But maybe that's the problem. Maybe we got a misperception of the word submission. Maybe we don't know what submission means. What do submission mean? What do people think it means? When you know what I'm saying? I think that needs to be clarified.
Okay, obey. Somebody just said it. Obey, right?
I
So if
think
I
your
say,
phone had cut off, but he because when you say submissive, people automatically think, oh, controlling or you know, that's just that word. But I think in a relationship, eventually, like the submission is gonna come. But that's just me.
you got damn right.
I don't think you should have to say, oh well, you have to spit to me or something like that. I don't think you should have to say that.
Do you
I
obey me?
don't I'm trying to see if I really think submission mean to obey. I think submission is one of those dual words. It can have a dual definition. But see, I'm one of them people that don't let people define words like this for me. Because they can't govern my interactions with people. So I'm thinking right now, y'all keep on talking, but I'm thinking about submission because I see how a person could have a problem with it if they saying obey. But what's wrong with a woman obeying her man, even if it do mean obey? If
Uh,
her man is upholding her best interest and he live a life that's conducive to her overall quality of life, and she about him and he about her, what's wrong with her obeying him?
Nothing.
it's just
What?
It's
Yeah,
just
what's wrong with a woman obeying a man?
it just depends on the woman's mindset. Every woman they don't have the same mindset. It's not gonna be the same. So most women are gonna think, oh, he trying to control me or he trying to tell me what to do or this and that. It just
Somebody got to drive the car. What's wrong with a man controlling you if he protecting you, if he protecting y'all's future, if he moving in the right light and it's in a peaceful, progressive manner? What's wrong with the man controlling the woman?
nothing. It just is. That's what I'm saying. It's just what they have been taught, maybe, or what they have, been through in a lifetime or whatever. It just depends.
All right.
Everybody,
I understand, and we understand that this is a on a person by person basis, and it varies in degrees of understanding from person to person, which is why we having this conversation. So I'm trying to get some people who are opposed to being submissive, women who are opposed to obeying their man, come and clarify why you got a problem with obeying your man. If your man got it, and your man showed you and convinced you with his action that he about you and he for us, what's wrong with obeying your man?
It depends on the situation. I mean, and
Exactly.
he may not
I
have,
want to hear
I
our
don't know.
female
I mean, a lot
perspective
of
because
women are independent. So if you're independent like me, I mean, I've always been an independent type of female that came
Making me look bad.
out of a bad relationship where I tried to be submissive and do all the right things, and I still got the bad end of that relationship. I did everything that a woman was supposed to do, far as finances, taking care of the kids, taking care of the house, maintaining, his needs, in an intimate aspect. And then he still went out and strayed and wanted to go in the streets versus handling his business at home as a man should. And he did not have my best interest at heart. He was not the one to take to lead during that time. If you out in the streets and you blowing the bill money on Jordans and alcohol, then you're not a leader. So I am in a better relationship now, in a better marriage now, but it's hard for me to kind of let go because I don't know if the results are going to be the same. I mean, my husband that I'm with now is a total 380 than what this guy that I just described to y'all, and the reason that I oppose the submission. So it's hard to me to kind of let go of my independence, to trust again, to allow myself to be submissive in a lot of situations because I had to take up the slack. I had to be the man and the woman in this descriptor that I just gave you. And somebody like me that's hard to let go, I mean, submissive is really, really hard for me.
I
uh
understand. But
oh
it
yeah
ain't nothing for you to let go because you ain't there. That's your past, right? That he's somebody that was, right?
That's true.
And you got somebody now who is.
True.
Yes, right. So they got a term called the battered wife syndrome. You familiar with that?
I
man, I
am
don't know what
not
happened.
necessarily. I'm not necessarily familiar with that terminology, but I will admit that I, probably display some of the characteristics of it because of what I was before. Like I said, what I do in my career. I'm a travel RN. I mean, I've been all across the country. The pandemic, I've really been gone for almost 3 years. Really just got back in April between New York and Texas when COVID and stuff first hit. So my point is, I've always been one who is very educated. Somebody that a man want to have who can stand on her own 2 feet. Financial wise and anything else. But as far as you saying that battered syndrome, when you somebody who display the characteristics that I did and did everything right in a relationship and you get wrong like that, yes, I'm in a better relationship. That is my past, but still my past doesn't really define me. But a lot of times it kind of haunts me in a way because of that fear. Like, okay, am I going to be having to do this again? Is this too good to be true? This marriage I mean, yes, this man is treating me like a queen, going above beyond, help me with the kids, is at home, everything. But my mind just won't let go of some of that old baggage to come, to become 100% submissive because I am a strong willed, independent woman. I, you
I
know,
I'm gonna say this right, and I want to really speak on that right because you are married again, and by
yeah,
you being married again, that means that you have submitted to a man in order to marry him. In order to marry somebody, you first thing you got to do is submit. See what I'm saying? See, I think we getting the words mixed up and not understanding what we mean. If I marry you, I'm submitting to you, and you are submitting to me. Because if we don't do that, that means that we have no business to be married. We playing games. Uh,
no,
because I'm looking at it more on a level where it's like I was speaking before. What are we dealing with? What
that's
kind
the
of men
problem.
are we
When I
dealing
when
with?
I married the first time, when I married the
Even
first,
the first time, the second time, because life is about experiences. Even though the first relationship didn't go well, that don't mean that I supposed to hold the burden of the last relationship. If I gotta hold the burden of the last relationship, this relationship ain't got no. It's not gonna be equally yoked. Because my thing is, it's certain things that you need to be able to say. It's certain things that I got to be able to. I'm gonna put down certain things, and you ain't gonna be able to accept it because you already been scarred. So you're not gonna be able to obey what I got going or be submissive to what I got going. But when you said that you came into a relationship and you done married an individual, that mean that, man, you willing to accept everything I gotta say and things I gotta do. You ain't got no guards up no more. Your guards need to be down. And you need to let me control. I'm not worried about the money. The money ain't numbers of financial gain. I'm worried about what I need to do as a man to be able to control the household. We not worried about Martin and Gina worrying about who make the most money. We worried about right now is who gonna can you protect the house? Can you protect the relationship? Can you protect me? And if you telling me that I can do all that, get what you telling me is, hey man, you wouldn't have listened to everything I gotta say. So at the end of the day, that means that you're gonna be submissive to me. If you want, you get what I'm saying.
I do. I mean, marriage is a form of submitting. It is. I agree, to that. But I mean, you said my guard's supposed to be down. Now, I will disagree to that to a certain extent because I'm in a process where I'm still healing from that relationship because I went through a lot in that relationship. It was abusive as well. So I am still, trying to completely heal. And I'm not all the way healed from it, but I'm working towards that. He asked why did women like myself oppose, the submission because of, it depends, like the other, lady that's on here said, it depends on if you think a man can lead correctly or this and that and that and this. And in that first relationship, you know, I make reference to that because it wasn't like that in the first one, but I am in a better one in the second one. I am taking baby steps as each day goes on to try to get past some things and trying to let go of some things. But that's all going to come in time in the process of healing.
Uh, my opinion. This just my opinion. And Missy, you on here now. If I want you to be able to tell me if I'm right or wrong. Uh, why go into another marriage if you ain't healed yet?
Well, I'm not holding him accountable for everything that the other person did in the first marriage, but I did date this man that I'm with for, a while. But, we're human. It's going to take time to heal. I mean, everybody's healing, everybody's journey is different. Like you lose a loved one, you're going to grieve, you're going to learn how to cope, but you're never going to get over that death. And same thing with the healing process. My journey is not the same as somebody else's. Me deciding to
Exactly.
marry, that's because we dated, we learned each other. I took the right steps, but still, I still have that portion of me when I went through that bad relation. That's going to stick to me. I'm going to have flashbacks about that stuff. I do. I have flashbacks and bad memories and stuff like that of what happened. So
You know what I do?
Go put
You
that
know what I
button.
feel like if I was married to you? I'll be upset. You know why I'll be upset? Because you still being controlled by a nigga that's no longer there.
no, I'm not definitely not being
Your
controlled.
emotions.
I disagree with that. I'm definitely not
Because
being
I say the
controlled.
reason why I say that is this here. If you still going off of, if you got to sit down and think about what he did, that means that what he done is still controlling your emotions. He's still controlling the way you think, the way you move. He controlling that. And I'm a man. I'm sitting here and I'm saying, baby, you gotta let go. You gotta let go. We can't think about the past. I can't think about my last relationship when in my last relationship I bought a whole house with a female. And when it was time to go, guess who left? I had to leave. Guess who still got the house? She do. I put everything in her name. From the house, the cars, to everything. I put everything in her name. All because I gave you the trust, the loyalty that I feel like that we stood on. But guess what? When she broke my mom, when we broke up and she played a certain kind of game, nigga, I left with nothing. She kept everything. I could have used that on my next relationship. I could have used that in my next relationship and would have been mad and say, you know what? I ain't finna trust no female no more. I'm not finna. I could have did that to my next relationship, but get what I did? Nigga, I accept that as an ass kicking, a learning, and I went on by my business. And guess what? I went on to my next relationship, and I still got all types of shit in her name. Yeah, yeah. So I'm not finna be letting her control what goes on in this household, even though nigga you gone bye bye. Yeah, yeah, nigga, you gone, you lost. Nigga, I just won. So therefore, nigga, I'm saying this here. Clean up your feelings. My job is to goddamn me build up your feelings. Yeah, yeah, I want to build up your feelings, man. Clean it up. We ain't gonna think about him no more. I'm just saying with me, I'll be nigga. If I come in the room and I see you shedding tears, I'm like, what's wrong, baby? Oh, I'm just thinking about something. Nigga, I'm gonna be mad in the motherfuckers. I wanna know, nigga, what you thinking about that got you goddamn feeling bad. And if you tell me about the last relationship, nigga, I'm gonna be mad in the motherfuckers. I see that nigga still playing goddamn hula hoops in your head. I'm
No.
saying that's just me speaking.
Right, I understand, but everybody heals different. I mean, I respect what you're saying, but everybody heals different. Everybody, like again, everybody's path is not the same. I'm not gonna go into everything.
She lucky to have me.
I am. I would say that most definitely, but I am still healing, and and I need to probably go a little deeper. Probably need to see somebody, because it was really that deep. So, like I said, everybody's process is not the same. I'm trying to, take my journey step by step, trying to get better, get stronger every day, and trying to let go of some stuff. But it's a process. Healing is a process, and everybody copes differently. So I'm working on it. I've always been independent. I'm trying to let go of some of the independence to learn how to be better. I am willing to be taught. I am very teachable, but I'm just
job, ain't it, baby?
right. Of course, I'm just really answering the question because he asked what was the opinion of why somebody was opposing the submission, and these were my reasons because I was misled in another relationship. No, I should not hold my current husband accountable for somebody else's mistakes, but I am learning how to trust again, how to let go, how to cope, and how to live, move forward, so I can, be submissive in the, correct way. Because it's God, then it's the man, like that. That's what the correct order is. I know that. I mean, I was taught, very well. We are living in a different time. We're not like when my grandparents were, you know, back in the day when the woman was home all day and the man went out and worked all day and all that and all that. You got multiple people who are working in households now. Men and women both are both working and trying to hold their own. So, it's really um, a team effort on both parties' ends, you know, for submission as far as I'm concerned. But, those are the reasons for my opposition. But I'm still healing and I'm willing to learn and get better as each day goes on.
She better.
Yes, ma'am. And I'd like to say a couple of things to a few things you said. First thing I want to say is I appreciate you for coming on here and sharing your struggle as it pertains to your reality. And because that's what I want this channel to be about. This is that's my desire, that's my intention for this channel to be a form of online therapy for us by us. Because it takes a degree of bravery to sacrifice your comfort to come in front of this camera in front of a lot of people who you don't know, ain't never even met, and share what you just shared. And listening to you, if it's anything that I would like to share as an opinion of mine,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to just first say, forgive the person that hurt you, but appreciate that person for hurting you, because that pain is what you use as your motivation to get to where you at now, to be on the ship that you on, that's sailing past the pain that you left behind.
Yes, sir.
And with you understanding that, let it go and embrace something new. Because whether he express it to you or not, no man want to be with a woman who he feel like is imprisoned by her past. So if we can't do nothing else, allow us to at least encourage you, give you the emotional, the psychological motivation and encouragement and support that you need to embrace your future and release your past. Because whether your husband done expressed it to you or not, that tortures himself, that tortures him on the inside. Because he loves you and he got you, but I'm pretty sure that it would make me feel like I ain't got my woman the way that I want her because she can't let this shit go. She keep tearing the scabs off of these old wounds. I'm here to heal these wounds. Let me help you heal them. And you let him help you heal them by doing exactly what you did today. So you ain't wasted nobody's time. You ain't shamed yourself. You are humbled me and you've encouraged me. And I like what you did. I appreciate what you did. And maybe we can get more people to take what we try to have a little more serious as we move forward because nobody can navigate through this life alone and you never know how your words are going to inspire or help another person navigate through their troubled water. So thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate you.
Thank you for doing this. And like I said, I appreciate it because I am willing to get better. I know I have my faults and my issues, with those things that were mentioned, but I'm not willing to dwell in that same place. It's just taking, me some time to get past it, and I will. I'm getting better and stronger as each day goes on, and and I have the will to want to do better.
Kenny Wilkerson.
You know, we
That's
know
why I rock with you, boy.
we know better, we do better. So that's what I'm, aiming towards now. I am in a better place, and I'm, willing to do what's necessary to maintain, being in a better place and being a better woman.
That's enough, baby.
For
that's enough, baby.
My
You said
relationship.
it all, baby.
Yeah. Hey, do y'all have kids?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm going to say this and then I'm going to leave you alone. But I want you to know I appreciate you more than I can express with my words. But by you being a mother, you can relate to this better than even I can. But along my journey, an old man told me sometimes pain is the mother of growth.
Okay. I accept that. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Mhm.
No,
Yeah,
facts.
man, I appreciate
Facts.
you for letting your wife come on here and letting us have opportunity for her to even hear what we saying, for her to be inspired to say what she said. Thank you, bro.
Yeah, I mean, we talk all the time, man, about situations, and like she said, it's a healing process for everybody, you know, or it's not necessarily a healing process, but it's a process. And if you can't go from your day to day and not have these kind of conversation, then you just bearing the seed they're gonna bear bad fruit, you know. So you gotta get them seeds out the way, and you gotta put the seeds in the ground that gonna bear the fruit that you wanna govern yourself by.
Right. Somebody said, let's keep it real. We all have problems. She just put hers out there. Hey, I agree with you. But the thing about us is we live in such a phony existence that we don't have problems until we have them. Cause until we have them, we ain't got them. Yeah, ain't
Uh,
nobody got the problems but the people that got them. Because most of the time, as people, we go through life bullshitting. We bullshit in the church. We bullshit on the job. We bullshit in relationships. We bullshit in our association. Most people full of shit. Most people go through life bullshitting. Most people go through life playing a role for an ulterior motive. I mean, with a hidden agenda. It's hard to get a person that can genuinely and wholesomely deal with you and embrace life with you. We say we do with our words, but our actions a lot of times choke our words out.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah, man. So, hey, I appreciate you, bro, and I just want you to know that what y'all going through ain't nothing none of the rest of us ain't going through. We might just have a different version of it, but we all going through something, and ain't none of us no better than the next.
Yeah.
But
that's
the
the reason
thing
why I
about
want to
it,
speak on it.
huh?
That's the reason why we can speak on it, because it's like speaking to, I was speaking to a little kid, and you telling the little kid all the right thing to do, but you doing all the goddamn wrong things. Uh, so nigga, it's man, they say the man on the corner that's living under the tree got more game than the nigga that's goddamn above the goddamn water. You hear me? So
Yeah.
you just gotta listen sometimes. So I peep game and I listen to game, because I know one thing, man. Some people done went through some things, and all they doing is telling us, "Hey, man, this why I fucked up at." Yeah, yeah, we gotta be willing to listen and learn. Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Nah, we ain't here to judge. Uh, yeah, yeah, we ain't here to do no goddamn judging. We here to goddamn correct our wrong. And somebody might say something to make me goddamn be, you know, do better than what I'm doing. This is what this panel is about, and that's why I love it, man.
All
I
right.
have something. I have
Go
something to
ahead.
say to the man, his wife that got on here. Um, from me being in my experience, it is going to take time and healing for her to like actually heal from that. That's not something that you can just.
Missy, try to readjust your headset. It seems like it's echoing. Jay, shout out for the super chat, bro. Appreciate it. But I just had something revealed to me about submission that I want to share with us when she finished. It's an echo.
Can you
Who
hear me?
echoing? Yeah, we can hear you.
She ain't that going over here.
Yeah, Saint, I think it's yours kind of echoing a little bit.
Is it?
Put yours on mute real
Is
quick,
it?
Saint.
Mine been on mute. I'm going back on mute.
Okay, can y'all hear me? It's still echoing. Now? Bad. Am I echoing? Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. That was
Is it
better.
is it clear?
Yeah, that's better.
It's better.
Yeah.
Okay, I was saying to him, it is gonna take her. You're gonna have to be kind of patient with her. I don't know, but for somebody to go through something like that and be in a new relationship, that's not something that she could just turn off. I'm only saying that because I've been through that before, and it is gonna take time. I don't know how much time it would take for her, but it's gonna take time for her to heal.
Patience is definitely, a virtue. And, what else can I say? Like, everybody got their situation, but I want my situation to be a good one. So,
Yeah, just be there for her. And you gotta kind of try to understand where she comes from.
oh yeah,
It's
if I couldn't understand, it wouldn't be no relationship.
I'm just saying it's hard to some of that stuff is hard to move on from.
hmm It's something that we all been through. My mom and daddy got divorced. You know, my daddy left with a box of Popeye chicken on the table and a $10 bill. And I had to watch my mama bust out crying, and so I kind of understood what it was for women to go through the things that they go through. Not saying that made me a chump, because I'm all about whatever is legit and what's right. And so it just, hey, what else can I say? I ain't think she was gonna go that deep, but I like OG Kenny Wilkerson. It makes sense what he's doing. So that submission part, hey, you just gotta know how to get what you want. Like I say, if I ain't doing for her, she wouldn't do for me.
Yeah, everybody heals different.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Karen, what
Right.
you was gonna say?
All right. I had to go check on my rooster. There was a hawk in my backyard. Uh, but say, I've been thinking while we've been talking about this submissive thing, or this submissive word, this submissive ghost. Cause it seemed like the word submission or submissive stir up the bees. Some people ain't got a problem with it. Some people want to go to war behind it. So I've been sitting up here thinking, and I go to the religious section, and I think about when they say, submit your will to the will of God. That's basically saying that I knowingly and intentionally agree to apply the teachings of this doctrine to my life. So I'm in submission to the will, which is the overall goal, the agenda. So I'm taking that concept and I'm applying it to a man and a woman. And I'm saying, how could a woman have a problem agreeing to apply the teachings or the doctrine that the man that she done chose to be her man to her life? That's kind of a contradiction. If he worthy enough of being your man, he should be worthy enough for you to say, I believe in what you put down and I'm going to follow your lead as you put it down. I mean, I think that that's all being in submission to your man is. When he presents something to you, you don't just automatically oppose it because in your mind you feel like he's full of shit or he on some bullshit or he ain't gonna do what he's saying he gonna do. See, that's the type of stuff that I really wanted people to get into, but I see everybody pussyfooting around the subject. The women don't want to say I got a problem with submitting to this cat because he's full of shit. Every time I give him some money, he take the money and go bullshit and go run over there with his side piece. Or they take him trips, or he take the money and say he gonna invest it in a business, and he come back with a new car. See, when you fall short, your woman ain't the only person that'll have a problem with being submissive to you. Anybody that you interact with that's aware of your shortcomings gonna have a problem with believing in you because submitting or being in submission to someone is really just a way of conducting yourself that reaffirms to them that you believe in them. You believe in their doctrine, you believe in their program, you believe in what they put down. You believe that with his philosophy and his ideology, it's gonna carry you to a place that you desire to be in. I mean, that's what people mean when they say, I'm submitting my will to the will of God. You believe that by applying these instructions to your life, it's going to allow you to get a pass into the heavens. So when you apply that concept to the relationship, it's the same realm of thinking. So when there's a discrepancy there and you're not willing to do it, you got doubt about that man. You don't believe in that man for whatever reason. And only we know the reasons why our woman don't believe in us. Either you full of shit or you done shown that you can't do what you say you gonna do. And just like you breed confidence is breeded by winning and by obtaining success, a lack of confidence is bred by losing. The more you lose, the more people expect you to lose. Kind of like the who the Cyrus team in the NFL do? Miami, the Dolphins, kind of like the Dolphins. Don't nobody expect the Dolphins to win because all they do is lose. In order for a woman to be willing to submit to you, you got to have a track record. You got to have some chapters of success somewhere in your life. Yeah, you got to exemplify the fact that you can win and you have won somewhere along the way.
I think a lot of these females don't that shit. They blind men shuffling just like a nigga blind man shuffling. Nigga, I don't even know. When I got out of penitentiary, nigga, I ain't never won, so I don't know how to win. Nigga, I'm blind man shuffling trying to win. All I got is a bunch of goddamn ideas and wishes and hopes. Nigga, in my first relationship when I came home, nigga, I thought I was gonna be rich in a year. Nigga, next thing you know, I looked up, nigga, I had it, man, nigga, is shit, nigga, reality hit me. So, nigga, I came in blind man shuffling. You know what I'm saying? So
You can't go wrong shuffling.
so yeah. So that's the reason why I say, nigga, when I'm blind man shuffling, nigga, I just know one thing. Nigga, I'm finna go through a goddamn me lot of hiccups and pickups and lickups. Uh, but now guess what? Nigga, I'm a full blown goddamn me villain now. Nigga, I got it figured out. It took me a long time, but nigga, I got it figured out now, goddamn it. Nigga, it's just the reality of life.
Somebody said submission in marriage means selflessness, service, accountability, and respect for your partner, which should be mutual. It is not slavery or a woman's call to lose her voice, but to the right voice of authority. Yeah, I mean, that's what we trying to get understood. Uh, I don't think every man is worthy of being submitted to. I mean, being in submission to just because he a man. But I think when, as a woman, when you got the right kind of man who done showed and proved, if you ain't willing to submit to him, then you ain't qualified to succeed in life. Yeah, because you going through life unbalanced. Yeah, it's set up for a man and a woman to prosper and progress in life. And if it ain't running like that, it ain't gonna run right. You a 4 cylinder running off too. Sean Blanco, what's up with it, bro? Uh, what's up, dude? What I'm my thing echoing?
Everybody echoing.
Nah, you ain't. You ain't echoing. I ain't echoing. It must have been his.
Oh, okay.
It must have been his because I think he off now. Now the echo gone away. It's
But
gone away. So
every time I do, you ain't never heard no women talking that talk about the dudes that they with. I mean, uh, what you think it say about a woman when she got a man who she don't believe in?
uh shit, nigga. Shit, nigga. Say,
She
man,
playing shit.
you gotta understand what's happening. You hear me? That's where I look at the game. Shit, nigga, if you don't believe in me, niggas gonna show. I wouldn't give a damn what it say. You can say it can sound good, but I know for 100% fact that it's here. Man, listen, I'm not finna come in the goddamn room and see you crying every goddamn day, and I'm trying to figure out what you crying about. You started talking about you crying about a nigga. Nigga, I'm in an uncomfortable situation, just like this conversation we having.
All right, we got a lady just come in the building, dude. How you doing, Miss Sharonda? What you got?
Well, I'm gonna say this. I don't have a problem with submission. It depends on who you're submitting to. A lot of men promise you this and promise you that, and say that they can take care of you and they can do this and they can do that, and put your life in their hands, and then it be a dead situation. So what do a woman supposed to do when she done laid down everything and accepted that, and then it backfire? So is she
uh,
still supposed to be submissive?
do what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna let you
You
answer it, Sane, because I got something to say, but I'm gonna let you answer it, Sane.
Uh, you say what do a woman supposed to do if she submit and it backfire?
Right.
She's supposed to go back to the drawing board and figure out what backfired. Cause a couple of conversations ago we were saying that I think in relationships people should drug test each other. A lot of times if a person convince you to give them some money uh and you give them some money and they don't deliver on what they first of all, I think we have to be a little clear about what you mean when you say backfire, because to me that's saying all types of things. So I almost took it and ran with it, but I want you to clarify so we not relying on my understanding, you giving us the situation.
Okay, let's say this. Okay, so let's say me. This is not a real situation. I'm just speaking in general.
Hypothetical, right?
Yeah, hypothetical. I get married, and I'm the breadwinner. But My husband has a problem with me being a breadwinner because I make more money.
Oh
So
shit.
I stepped down. Hold up. I stepped down from my position so that he can have a confidence within himself. Because this ain't always women. Y'all trying to make it about women. See, men got issues too. Okay, so you let the man be the breadwinner. But when y'all get into it, the man takes everything and run with it. So how do you look at that type of
That
situation?
first of all, hold on, dude.
Go
Hold
ahead.
on.
Go
Let me throw this.
ahead.
Let me throw. Yeah,
Go
let me take this first round.
ahead.
Uh, First of all, I want to say that those are not the behaviors. Those are not the attributes of a man.
Thank you, my
Uh,
nigga.
yeah, those are not the attributes of a man.
You talking? You speaking?
So that's why we starting to have these type of conversations, so we know how to identify situations and people's based off of their attributes, because you don't listen to a person tell you I'm a this or I'm a that, because their actions gonna identify who they are. Let's get that understood first of all, because no man goes into a situation with a woman and the situation blow up and he leave the woman high and dry, because we understand that go against our nature. I don't care how much I done invested into a situation. If the situation blow up between me and a woman, the owner's gonna be on me to recover, not her. I'm leaving everything. I ain't taking nothing but my sanity, and I'm a journey on, because I know that it's in my nature to go out and hunt, to go out and conquer. So most men that understand that they are a man, they don't say I'm a man. They display I'm a man. Cause see, you don't have to tell people what you are. Your actions gonna identify who you are. So no man is gonna create that type of condition and then leave it for you. Now, not a dude in his right mind. Cause see, you understand that you have men that become something else because they under the influence of mind altering substances. So that's a whole nother degree of, that's a whole nother situation. But we talking about people that's rightly guided, people that's not operating under the influence. That's why it's important, and that's why I think it's a necessary evil to drug test your partner. You need to know if a nigga is bullshitting you. You need to know a nigga's secrets. You need to be
Straight
able
up.
to access. Yeah, you need to. I think
Straight
so,
up.
because I know a lot. Most people full of shit. I ain't gonna just say most men or most women. Most people in life full of shit. That's why you have more unsuccessful people than we have successful people, because most of the times we full of shit. And you say it's something else, that it ain't just all about the woman. Yeah, no, it's not, because I've been doing a lot of conversations as it relates to women, but I'm gonna talk about us all. You know, I'm gonna have conversations about all our bullshit. Some of it apply to me and some of it don't, but a lot of it do, because I'm fucked up and I'll admit it. Yeah. I'm mentally challenged and I'm emotionally challenged, and I'll admit it. But a lot of dudes ain't gonna admit it. They think they normal. Yeah, they think ain't nothing wrong with them. See, I know something wrong with me.
Mm-hmm.
But okay now. Hey, you got to mute your phone, bro. You let me see. Let me hold up. Let me find him. Yeah, you. Okay, I muted him. But yeah, so all right now, what we was saying about this guy, and yeah, no. Because see, one thing we understand is that a fight with a woman ain't fair. So ordinarily, if we logical, we not gonna fight with a woman. If we being reasonable, we not gonna fight with a woman. Now, if a woman make us react, we might fight. We might knock one of their ass out, because that's just instinctual. But when we actually thinking about our behavior, most of the time we gonna extend mercy, because we understand that we the dominant of the two. You know, we let's make no mistake about that. And I'm talking physically. Physically, a man is just the dominant of the two. So understanding that, we always want to, even in a separation, a man should safeguard his woman to the best of his abilities. If that means leaving her everything, leave her everything, man, and go out and rebound. Especially if she got the kids.
But then again, like I said, so we can't just say that a woman's supposed to automatically be submissive, because we have those type of men out here. And when you dealing with those type of men, you're not gonna be submissive. Cause I'm one
Right,
of the women. I'm not gonna submit to nothing like that.
right. And
uh,
you're not supposed to. But I want you to identify by way of words the type of man that you will submit to. See, we understand the one that you won't submit to. We trying to get some understanding about how that one that you will submit to, what he look like. What do he do?
I mean, I ain't never been submissive like that, so I can't tell you what he
Okay,
does.
so hold
You
up.
know,
That so
just
you don't
like you say, you got to test people. You know, and the people I done tested ain't submissible for. Like no, not like that. No,
oh,
then I'm gonna go back to this here. What you go shopping at?
it could be church, the store, the club, anywhere. Walking
The
down the
reason
street.
why, see, one thing about it is this here. I always say this here, man. First we got to figure out what we want. We got to figure out what we want. First of all, you see what I'm saying? Uh, Once we break that down within ourselves, because can't nobody give us what we want because we got to want it for ourselves. And
Right.
once we want it for ourselves, now when it's time for us to be able to go out and get something, we know what we're looking for. We know what kind of conversations to have. You see what I'm
Well,
saying? So a
I'm
lot of
gonna tell you why I
relationships,
haven't submitted. Because you have, in order to submit to somebody, you got to submit to yourself first. You understand what I'm saying? You got to know what you want.
facts.
What you know what I'm saying? You just can't say, okay, I'm gonna be submissive to this man. Okay, but what are you doing with yourself to be submissive to yourself? Because you got to love yourself before you can even step into somewhere else and love somebody else.
I agree with that. I agree with that
Uh,
100%.
yeah.
Which is my dilemma with black women wearing wigs, with them wearing them damn eyelashes and them eyebrows and putting all that makeup
And
upside their
I
head.
think
I agree with you. Can't love no you love yourself. You can't love yourself until you are yourself. Uh
that's it.
yeah, I agree with that 100%.
Yeah. So that's something that they got to figure out within themselves. Like, okay, what do I want? You know what I'm saying? It's like a female say, man, I want a nigga that got all this money or got this, but then nigga nigga you ain't got nigga your credit score say 300.
But it don't matter. It shouldn't matter
You see what
about
I'm
that.
saying?
You
But
know.
this but I'm saying though, you gotta understand that you want a lot of females are coming to a relationship saying what they want, right? I want this, I want that. But then at the end of the day, I'm looking at it like, what are you doing right now to put yourself in that position? If you're not doing nothing right now to put yourself in that position, then you looking for a toehold. And if you looking for a toehold, you gotta accept whatever he bringing to the table. Uh, if he bringing the abusive relationships, if he bringing in the 2, 3 girlfriends, if he bringing in whatever. So that's why I say we gotta be able to understand what we want. We gotta understand that, not just females, well as a male too. Yeah, we got to sit down and think it like that too. You know what I'm saying? So, and I was sitting there saying when you said that, if a nigga say you making more money than me, man, if a nigga ever come to a female and say, I feel insecure because you making more money than me, if you did not leave that nigga
It
off
happens.
the muscle, if you did not leave that nigga off the muscle, you was at fault. I don't blame
That's
him.
right.
I blame you.
And I agree.
Nigga, that nigga that needs to be thrown in the lake of fire for being handicapped.
But you have
Nigga,
them
this
out
is a
here.
we game. Nigga, we playing a we game in a relationship. Relationship is about a we game because it's gonna be some time where say the nigga might bring home a whole bunch of goddamn money. He might buy a whole lot of things, but guess what? Being life is about changing. We never know. He might fall on his luck. Okay, he might fall on his luck. And he might need you to hold it down. Shit, nigga want a female that can hold it down. Why he done fell on his luck.
Okay.
But do you still believe?
Yeah.
Do you still believe though? See, that's what it's all about. It's all about believing. If you believe, then you gonna understand. And that's just how I'm looking at the whole game when it comes down to this relationship game, homie. Yeah, yeah. I'm saying real talk. Yeah, man. But I like the conversations that's coming out because I know it's some people that's sitting around saying they say, "Damn, she's saying some real shit," or he's saying some real shit. Nigga, we ain't on here to agree with a goddamn thing. We on here to solve, to create an uncomfortable environment.
Yeah, yeah, we having an uncomfortable conversation. That's
Yeah.
why a lot of people are uncomfortable with having it because they haven't had it and they still won't sacrifice their comfort right now to have it. But it's somebody named Damian Moss asked a question. I highlighted it. I don't know if you can see it, but it say, give an idea of the type of man to be submissive to. Uh, and I think that that's a good request. You
Yes,
want to
sir.
address it, dude? Or is it anybody in the chat that would like to
I want
address?
the female to address that. I want the female to address what is a good man to be submissive to. And I want y'all to be honest. I want there they go. I want them to answer that. Shit.
Can the women articulate? Can they what they call that when you take what's in your mind and put it in what they call the power of transformation. Uh, yeah, yeah, we need.
Me personally, I think you can take somebody and I ain't gonna say mold them. No, I'm gonna say mold them and mold them into how you want them to be. And when you mold that person into how you want to be, then you'll be comfortable in being submissive.
If you
Hold
let
up,
me mold you, you already submissive because you let me control everything.
hold up though.
So you
Who
gotta
doing the
understand what you
molding?
just said. If you
Who doing?
if
Hold up,
I'm
dude.
doing the mo
Who doing the molding? Cause see, who doing the molding? That's what we need to understand. Who doing the molding?
I said, if I find a young man, let's say his credit scoring where it needs to be, or he ain't got the job that he I would like for my old man to have, or he ain't doing the things that I want my old man to do, or he a street nigga and I don't want my nigga in the street, and I do some shit to make him successful. That's what I mean by molding. You know, be his backbone, his helpmate. You know what I'm saying? I ain't that's why I say I wouldn't say molding. I would just be like helpmate. You know, I would be more submissive to a person that I see growing and not stuck still than submissive to a person that's stuck in the same place and comfortable where they at.
Okay.
Did I
Uh,
confuse you?
dude, did she clarify herself with that one?
uh now she ain't
She
molding
lost.
nobody. Uh she ain't mold nobody. All she did was gave out a helping hand. Uh Molding is a whole nother ball game, homie.
That's
When
why I
you
said I
molding
don't know if I
something.
should say molding, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nah. You don't want. Yeah, yeah. You using the wrong words, but I understand what you're saying though. What you saying is that you want to be a helping hand to a street nigga to tell a street nigga, hey, come over here. You ain't got to do X, Y, and Z. I can hold you down until you get on your feet. You just giving out a helping hand. You
but
ain't doing no
what I'm
molding.
saying is if that person, you can be more submissive to a person that's listening than submissive to a person that's not listening. You see what I'm saying?
Uh, well, being submissive is about listening. That's what it's about. Uh, if you have a relationship and you able to listen in your relationship, that means you are able to be submissive in your relationship. If you get what I'm saying. So if I'm sitting here and I'm having a conversation with you, and when I conversate with you, everything you say is I say to you, you say back to me. That means that you're not gonna be submissive. You're gonna be argumentative. You love to argue. So therefore, we're not gonna be able to come across as a motherfucking thing because nigga, every time I say something to you, nigga, you gotta respond. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So you one of those kind, you might be one of those kind that's not gonna be submissive at all. So because one at the end of the day, all females are not gonna be submissive. This is a reality of life.
That's
Every
reality.
nigga ain't every nigga ain't gonna be a good nigga. That's just reality of life. You see what I'm saying?
That's
So
right.
so therefore, my thing is this here. You gotta ask yourself, nigga, if I'm in a relationship and I come into a relationship and I sit you down and I say, mama, check this out. Um, I'm not worried about what you've been through. I'm not worried about the niggas you've been through. But now what I'm trying to say is this here. This is where I want to be at. Where do you want to be at? If you can't tell me where you want to be at, that means that you've been lost.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, now I need to have a constructive surgery because I need to try to implement certain things in your brain so we can be able to move forward. But before we move forward, we got to make sure that we on the same playing field, nigga. Because if we ain't on the same playing field, how the fuck we gonna be teammates?
Right. And see, but that's the problem today is you don't have men like that. You don't have
Hold
those.
up. What you mean?
You
What you mean?
you don't have. Well, I'm say some men. You don't have some men that's willing to do what he was talking about. The women are actually doing that. The women are actually installing in these men what they need to do and what they want them to do. You don't have the man coming to do that. Some men don't do that. And that's the problem. Like seriously, that's the problem with some men today. They don't take control as being a man. You know, you can't let the woman be the man in the woman. You got to take control and be the man. How can a person be submissive or feel comfortable with being submissive and you still got bitch ways?
You not nobody. You're not supposed to submit to that because that's a person that's got a mental problem that's getting the best of him. He haven't got his mental problems under control. And a lot of dudes are like that. A lot of dudes suffer from mental illness and they disguise it. They real crafty with it. And by the time you realize it, you so far consumed into the bullshit that you can't even go in reverse. Yeah, your wheel's stuck and you can't go forward or backward. But
That's
somebody asked the question. They say, how can a man guide you if you have to mold him? His credit score and job has nothing to do with male leadership. You're trying to lead as a woman. Uh,
you can only lead a weak man.
and ain't no such thing.
ain't no such thing. You can only person can be molded is somebody weak because you're supposed to come to a relationship as a man already molded. Point blank, you're always supposed to
Right.
be that man. The woman
Well,
shouldn't have to install nothing in you.
right. I agree with that. And I think that a lot of times we falsely identify. We falsely identify ourselves and people falsely identify us. Because like I say, a man is not told, a man is seen. A man don't have to tell you who he is. His actions gonna let you know he's arrived. But the thing about it is, in everybody's mind, they have a concept or an idea of what a man is. Uh, so that's what we're trying to bring out. We're trying to get some understanding so that women can help us better understand and men can help women better understand. Because I know a lot of dudes not gonna say what I'm saying because it shine the light on them. Cause see, if I'm bullshitting with a woman or I'm bullshitting with whatever I'm doing, I don't even want a woman thinking about these type of things because bullshitting. It's gonna demand that I operate different. So most dudes not even gonna have this conversation because it's counterproductive to their agenda. So when men start having these type of conversations, they getting serious. But a lot of dudes are not men; they just old boys. Because a lot of times our psychological and our emotional stages of development only developed up until about 14. From like 14, 16, if you look at maybe 19 or 20. So you got a lot of 40, 50-year-old men who've been arrested in that development. Yeah, physically we got gray hair, bald heads, and big bellies, but psychologically and emotionally, we ain't even grew a mustache because our development was retarded due to whatever the situation was. It could have been going to prison, or it could have just been walking around being on drugs for the last 20 years. You never know, but something has caused the development to stop. And you need to be able to recognize when you dealing with a man who development has stopped. When he has, you need to be able to recognize the signs of retardation. You need to know when a man is financially retarded, when he's emotionally retarded, and when he's psychologically retarded. Hopefully, we can identify physical retardation, but
That's bad.
yeah, but I mean, it's different aspects of retardation. It's not just limited to the physical. And a lot of times we done developed the ability to camouflage and mask our retardations. Somebody say a lot of women aren't ladies. They're just independent, battered, bittered, washed up, worn out women who are ill mannered and can't be trained. Recognized when dealing with a managed woman. Mm.
Mm, sound like a little boy to me. But you do have those type of women out here. But he sound a little bitter. Read that again and sing.
A lot of women aren't ladies. They're just independent, battered, bitter, washed up, worn out women who are ill mannered and can't be trained. Recognized when dealing with a managed woman. What are the other women? Why we can't get women to be as vocal on the camera as they are off the camera? Because I done heard women speaking on these type of topics time and time and time again, especially when they mad. Maybe they need to get angry. Maybe we need to get some angry women on here to where they'll let it out. Because right now they sitting back on their hands, rocking like they still in church. But church let out at 12, didn't it?
Mm, yeah.
Uh, I mean, because one thing about it, if we don't never really have conversations about it and get it understood, we can't expect to change our conditions.
That's
Uh,
right.
you can't keep doing what you've been doing and expect to get some other than what you've been getting. So I'm trying to start the process of motivating and stimulating us all to develop the desire to start doing something different so we can change our conditions because we in a bad state right now. We the laughing stock of the world, the black man and the black woman. Nobody respects us, and everybody done jumped ahead of us. And the sad part about it is we don't even respect ourselves. We don't know what respecting ourselves is. Yeah, we don't respect ourselves. We don't respect ourselves at home. We don't respect ourselves in society. Uh, in no aspect of our existence are we showing that we respect ourselves. That's why I speak out so much about black women uh, wearing wigs, wearing eyelashes, spending 2-3 hours a day making their face up. They ain't black women no more. They done became transformers. So I'm trying to figure out who impressed on the woman's mind that that's desirable? Who made the black woman feel like they not pretty without that? Where did that come from? As a woman, where do you think women got the message that in order to be attractive, they need to have hair that stink that's been glued on their head for months and weeks at a time, going down their back in order to be attractive? That every time they take a picture, they need to take a picture like they are out for the Exorcist movie where they got to rotate their
That's
head
right.
360 degrees because they trying to show their ass. Who impressed on the black woman's
That's right.
mind
That's
that
right.
you not beautiful, that you not desirable unless you conduct yourself like this and look like this? I'm trying to understand where that came from. Who made these eyelashes and shit the symbol of beauty?
I'm gonna speak on that a little bit. Me personally, I feel like supposedly or whatever, but I wear long hair because I want to wear long hair. It's not to make, I wear long hair because I want to wear long hair. I don't wear long hair because I want to look like a man. I wear long hair because I want to look like a man. I don't wear long hair because I want to look like a man. I wear long hair because I want to look like a man. I wear long hair because I want to look like a man. I wear long hair because I want to look like a man. I wear long hair because I want to look like a man. I wear long hair because I want to look like a man. I wear long hair because I want to look like a man. I wear long hair because I want to look like a man. I wear long hair because I want to look like a man. I wear long hair because I want to look like a man. I wear long hair because I want to look like a man. I wear long hair because I want to look like a man. I wear long hair because I want to look like a man. I wear long hair because I want to look like a man. I wear long hair because I want to look like a man. I wear long hair because I want to look like a man. I wear long hair because I want to look like a man. I wear long hair because I want to look like a man. I wear long hair because I want to look like a man. I wear long hair because I want to look like a man. I wear long hair because I want to look like a man. I wear long hair because I want to lo
Your phone breaking
putting
up.
her in my head because I want to. I want my hair to grow. You know, my hair don't grow. So that's why I said it might be an insecurity about something within them. They eyelash on, so they add the eyelashes. Their hair not alone, so they add the hair. Now the makeup, I don't know. You know, because I don't wear makeup. I don't wear makeup, so I can't speak on the makeup part. But as far as like the eyelashes and the hair,
Yeah, I can't hear you no more. I'm a wait a minute. Okay, there you go. Seem like your
you
signal.
know, it just enhances. Exit off of here. You turn it off back in.
All right, yeah. Let me. All right, yeah. I appreciate y'all for coming in here, giving y'all perspective. 5052X, whoever in the hell you is. Uh, I've been had these gold teeth since I was a 14-year-old little boy. And when I got them in my mouth, they was what that was. But the difference between that and what I'm talking about is that's something that was done over what 30 years ago, and opposed to some that people waking up doing every day now. But you real opinionated. Come on the camera and express yourself. Yeah, but it ain't a matter of me hating. It's just a matter of me identifying and discussing something that reflects what I'm talking about. One thing about it, I ain't hiding these gold teeth. So whether they fake or real or whatever, I ain't hiding them. When you put all that makeup on your face and them wigs upside your head with all them eyelashes, you hiding you. That's the difference. Yeah, nah, I ain't hating on weave. I'm just talking about the fact that it ain't needed. Yeah, it ain't needed. Who made the black woman feel like uh wearing the weave, putting the makeup on and wearing the eyelashes makes them more attractive, makes them more desirable. Because if you ain't a gay woman, then if you don't have a man, the things you do, you motivated by trying to get that which you don't have, that which is in your nature for you to desire. And if I'm telling you the things that you desire and don't find that appealing or attracting, then that should be words of wisdom for you, not words to agitate your spirit. If your spirit is that easily agitated, then you most definitely need to be in here, but not acting up the way you acting up. You need to be in here trying to acquire some understanding that you can apply to your misunderstanding. And they gonna say it's for themselves. Yeah, yeah, they right. But it's not insecurity, it's a choice. It's nothing more than a accessory like earrings and light makeup. Yeah, I mean, I understand that. That's how a lot of people see it, but that's how you got to see it in order to keep participating in it. See, it'd be different if I was a 40, damn near 50-year-old man, still aspiring to go and get some gold teeth. But I mean, these gold teeth resemble me at a point in time when I was a little boy. I just ain't had the opportunity to remove them, but they gonna get removed. Then I'm gonna have some fake, pretty white ones. Yeah, if they some fake gold ones, I ain't have uh no choice in the matter. They charged me like they wasn't fake. Yeah, they charged me like they wasn't fake. Yeah, in the early 90s, $600 was a whole lot of money to put in your mouth, especially for a 14-year-old little boy. But back to the matter of fact, let me see. I'm gonna upload a fake picture. You finna upload up out of here. You doing a whole bunch of talking. You must be bored, or you one of them retards that we talking about. Yeah, you might be still in the fourth grade. You can put your yeah, shout out to every then you got a whole lot. You must be bored or need some matter of fact. Hold up. What that damn I'm gonna see what this time I do. I don't want communicate with you no more. Get your ass out of here. Talk too much. How your message get up on the front of the thing? Let me find a message that's worth everybody seeing. The phone is breaking up. Poor excuse for wearing that long hair. Say her phone went to breaking up since she was serving a poor excuse for wearing that long hair. Lashes in the 1800s came from prostitutes to catch semen so it would not get in their eyes. Uh, it's ironic that you say that because in my in my little mind, I always equated women that wore that type of makeup, wore them eyelashes, and presented themselves a certain type of way as one aspiring whores. The one, and the aspiring whore start out as a stripper. So I always, that's why I say a lot of so-called women, ladies, queens, or whatever, they done adopted the value system of the same type of women that they used to scowl upon, that they used to look down their nose upon. And that's just interesting to me because these are the same women who, at once upon a time, the so-called lady or queen thought that she was better than, but some kind of way it then came around to where you done acquired the same value system of the woman that you thought you was better than. Cold game the way this thing worked. Shout out to Chicago finest Yacht. What's up with it? Uh, they got it from Betty Boop. I don't know who Betty Boop is, but they need to give it back to Betty Boop. Get that LGBT nigga up out of here. Uh, hide user. Yeah. I don't know who that was, but uh, he said, or are you one of them retards we talking about? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I was kind of confused, but I don't understand people nowadays because if I'm in somebody's presence and they talking about something I don't want to hear, I'm just gonna remove myself. I ain't gonna sit there and pain free. I damn sure ain't finna sit there and go back and forth when we can't get no momentum going either way. You just playing games in your own head. White feminists taught them that. Sane Sharonda is in here under her husband's account. Erect. Yeah. Uh, Ain't that the Marilyn Monroe Betty Boop? Yeah, see, I don't even know. Y'all all educate me because I don't even know nothing about that. But yeah, do we have anybody else in the chat that would like to? Let me post the link so you can feel free to come up in here and give us some insight into this situation. I understand that it's gonna be people like that person, but one thing about it, they can't stop what we trying to do. They can't stop what I feel like we need to do because we got to care about us. Ain't nobody else caring about us. We got to start caring about us. And the only way we can show and actually start caring about us is by being real about us. And if you ain't gonna be real and say, "Yeah, I wear this because it make me feel better than I feel when I'm looking at me," then you on the wrong channel. It ain't nothing wrong with saying, "I don't like me." I don't like me when I don't look like I want to look. When I look like I really look, I don't like me. It's all right to say that, but you don't have to say it to me. You ain't got to say it to us. You need to say it to yourself. You need to know why you look the way that you look, which is not the way you look. If you spend 2, 3 hours a day making yourself up, it's something wrong inside you. Yeah, because beauty don't start outside in, it starts inside out. So we kind of got it twisted, but I understand because we see that it's twisted with the way that these pictures taken, because you got to twist in order to align right. That say a whole lot about a person when they got to turn their ass to the camera and turn around damn near breaking their neck so their face can be seen. Uh, you already identifying yourself when you present yourself like that. Just a word to the wise. Uh, Let me see my boy Chicago say, a waste of time and breath. It's no need to entertain it. Yeah, I agree. So is a man supposed to be submissive to? Uh, Eric, Erica Young. Uh, yeah, a man is supposed to be submissive. A man is supposed to be submissive to a governing body greater than his own understanding. You know, a man is supposed to be submissive to righteousness. A man is supposed to be submissive to wise counsel. Yeah, a man is supposed to be submissive to the instructions that instruct him on how to guide his tribe, how to guide his family. So yeah, a man is supposed to be submissive. Uh, you know, if that's what you're getting at, or you can come and explain, or you know, in further detail exactly what you mean. Yeah, a man is supposed to submit to the Most High. Yeah, I mean, you know, yeah, I'm not saying in reference to a woman, uh, but yeah, a man is supposed to be submissive to something. Highland Hills. Fact, what's up with it, HHP? Uh, Ernie Thread. The honest truth that women don't want to really say, I feel, is that they wear wigs, eyelashes, makeup because it's a confidence boost, and they don't accept themselves on how they naturally look. Yeah, I agree with that, and I also think I think the wigs, eyelashes, and all of that superficial shit is an addiction. I think it's more of an addiction than the social media, but I think they kind of support each other. The wigs and eyelashes and all that shit are the feet. The social media are the legs. You know, so they connected because you don't put them wigs and eyelashes and all that shit on and don't go nowhere if you doing it for you. Yeah, that's just my thinking. A lot of black women are more focused on their outside appearance instead of their mental health. Yeah, I agree with that, man. I think, you know, as a people, as a whole, we just didn't became too superficial with meaningless. We didn't became too value meaningless things so much so that we didn't forgot how to value the things that's worthy of being valued. For instance, we think time don't mean nothing. We think time ain't nothing. But time is the greatest gift we got on this earth. Time is the most valuable gift we got on this earth. Cause you ain't gonna never have enough of it. And when your time is up, you gonna want some more. But we just give it away to any, many, and plenty. Uh yeah, so we need to learn to value our time, but you can't value your time if you don't value yourself. That's something that I'm learning. Yeah, if you don't value yourself, you don't value your time, because your time terrifies you. Yeah, your time terrifies you, especially if you have to spend some of your time in the solitude of your own mind with your own thoughts. The Jackson family say, "What is time saying?" Uh, I did a video on time. Yeah, I did a video on time, but I think time is I think time is a idea that you should explore and define for yourself. I done already defined time for me. You know, I could go back and repeat it, but I already got a video on it, so you can go pull it up. But yeah, I got a video on my YouTube channel called "What Is Time," just like I got one called "What Is Money." So you ask me what is time? What is time? Let me ask you, what is time to you? Some do put on makeup and don't go nowhere. I got one right here. Oh, well, see, you taught me something. I didn't know that, and I wouldn't have believed that. But yeah, you done taught me something. A man commits and a woman submits. It's complementary, not confrontational. I like that, man. Yeah, I don't really know what it means, but I like that. If you would like to come and expound on it, I'd like to hear it. But that sounds like something that makes sense, not to my intellect, but to my spirit. Yeah, it makes sense. That seems like common sense. You know, I'm moved off of common sense. Yeah, I like that. Uh, what is time, Sane? Our black people love to show off for other black people, right? But we don't love to support each other, which is cool. But I like natural. I hope. What's up with it, Wine? I got this live on big screen surround sound. My girl running from the truth. Say, man. It have been known to have that effect. But one thing about it, uh, the truth hit who it hit, and it missed who it missed. Yeah, you can't direct the truth. The truth moving on its own accord. Yeah, she hear this through the whole house. She act like it hurt. Uh, yeah, let me post the link, man, and see if I can't get somebody to come up in here and chop it up with me. I would like to get a opposite sex in here to represent for y'all, but it's kind of hard getting them up in here. Yeah, it's kind of hard getting them up in here. I'm gonna see if we can get one. I gotta go to the restroom right quick. All right. Uh, yeah, all right. Yeah, I went to the restroom and I had a thought, and I say that I really believe most women don't have a problem submitting to a man. It's just that most women always have the dilemma of trying to figure out if they submitting to the right type of man, if this is the right man to be submissive to. So it's kind of like you have to fight against your own desires because you really desire to submit to a man, but the ironic part about it is you keep ending up with the man who you can't submit to. So that's a interesting dilemma within itself. Yeah, that's an interesting dilemma in itself. Yeah, but I believe that most women do desire to submit to a man, and I say that based off of just different scenarios that I have observed over time. Uh, I can think about stuff that I hear women say. I can think about stuff that even the woman was saying earlier. Uh, but yeah, I think that most of us desire to live in tune with our, but we will uh, live outside of our nature if we being governed by fear. And a lot of times our pain from our past causes us to continue governing ourselves with that fear because that's how we protect ourselves. It's kind of like putting on a shield. We have to safeguard ourselves. So these safeguards on ourselves prevent us from acquiring what we truly yearn to have. And that's an internal dilemma. That's something that we have to recognize. That's something we have to understand. That's something we have to acknowledge. And then that's something that we have to assassinate. We have to take the initiative and squeeze the trigger and say that I'm not going to allow this to be my reality anymore. I understand that this is what's been going on, and I want to free myself from that. You need to make parole from the prison of your own mind, because a lot of times that's where we're imprisoned at. We are imprisoned in our own mind based off our emotions. So once you understand that, then you can take control of that. You can understand and be honest about what you're feeling and why you feeling what you're feeling. and then you can free yourself. You can give yourself a chance to actually acquire what you really desire. Most women just overthink most situations and run with the worst outcome in their thoughts. Yeah, I mean, yeah, because a lot of times, just because we see something as what we once knew it to be, don't mean that that's what it is. But it don't mean that it's not. A lot of times, we just have to give situations a little time to unfold. We don't have to rely on our own understanding. Just learn to operate in accordance with the way that our body is structured. Let's use our eyes. We got two eyes, two ears, and one mouth, and let's operate like we understand that. For the people that don't know, that means to just be quiet sometime, to do more looking and listening than you do talking. Just observe. You don't have to guess what's going on or try to solve a problem. The problem must resolve itself over time. Time is going to reveal all things. I remember I read the Johnny Cochran book, and he said, truth crushed to the earth will always rise again. So, one thing about what's really there, it's going to manifest itself. Yeah, it's going to manifest itself. You can try to suppress it all you want to, but it's gonna surface. What's in is gonna come out. If it ain't in, it can't come out. uh Xavier is the Jackson family in the chat. No lie fact. Why do women think they know the answer to everything? My grandma and them say that's a fool, a damn fool. Only a damn fool think they know the answers to everything and don't know nothing. Don't know a goddamn thing. So when you see somebody that conduct themselves like that, you supposed to put distance in between you and them. You supposed to remove yourself from the presence of a fool. Yeah, that's what we supposed to do. Remove ourselves from the presence of a fool. Because somebody that think that they know everything, uh, is a hard person to deal with. Yeah, it's a hard person to deal with. If you think you know something about some shit you don't know nothing about, yeah, you damn near impossible to deal with. LaShonda Took say real knowledge. Holland Hill, man, Holland Hill's in the building, man. What's up? I don't know who that is, man. HHP salute. So true, fairy tale type. Yes, sir. You speaking facts. Hey, man, we got to speak facts when we desire to live facts. But like I always say, I'm not just speaking to y'all, man. I'm speaking to myself. Shit, y'all think that I'm trying to educate or enlighten somebody, man. I am. I'm trying to enlighten and educate myself because I know I don't know nothing. Yeah, I barely can read and write. And at the right times, I can't even do that too good. But I know how to understand. Yeah, I know how to listen to me when I'm talking to me. I know how to listen to me when other people talking to me. And that's always been a form of assistance and protection for me. Yeah, I'm not real I think they call it intelligent. I'm just what they call intuitive, I think. Yeah, I'm intuitive. I'm not intelligent. I'm trying to become intelligent. That's why I'm trying to have these conversations because I think this is what intelligence looks like. I think intelligence is taking what you know and applying what you know to make a difference in your life. I mean, I don't really know. I think somebody that's up on them wordologists and stuff that's in the chat, y'all help me out, man. But if that ain't the definition of it, that's my definition of it. That's what it means to me. Because if I know some stuff and the stuff I know can't help me in my life, what good do it do me to know it? That's not no intelligence. That's some other shit. I don't want that. I want some stuff that I can know that's gonna help me help me. I think that's intelligence. That's what intelligence does. And I'm gonna believe that and I'm gonna stand on that and now can't nobody convince me otherwise. I listen to you, but yeah, you can't convince me otherwise. Uh man, I'm right. Uh yeah, Big Mama now. The only time we stop learning is when we die. We can never know everything. Amen. I'm glad that somebody can agree with it or somebody can understand what I'm saying, because sometimes I be talking and I swear don't nobody understand but me. And a lot of times that be our problem. We think our thinking and our reasoning be so far fetched that we won't even share with other people because we think we too far left, or we think it's just so unusual. But I beg, I beg to say that uh, we have more things in common that we don't like about ourselves, if we be honest with ourselves, than we have about the things that we do like about ourselves. And I think that apply to most people. Yeah, I think that apply to most people because we all got more in common than we have in differences. Uh, but I'm just talking, man. I don't really know. I just occasionally do this. I sit down and just go to talking. I normally used to be talking to myself. Now I can talk to myself and y'all can hear me. So, it kind of helped me feel a little better, especially when somebody reiterate to me that they can that my thinking resonate with them. You just don't know what that do for me. It helped me heal me. It helped me work on me. And it helped me understand that we really ain't no lost cause. We just a secretive cause. We don't want to come out the closet with our issues. We don't want to talk about it. We want to be discontent in it, but we want to remain confined in it. Man, we got to break free. Yeah, we got to break free. We got to let it go. Yeah, it's ready. Yeah, we got to break free and we got to let it go. And the way that we break free is by trying to do what we trying to do. And we got to get beyond trying to do it and actually do it. So when you got a man, back to our topic, when you got a man that's actually doing what he talking about doing and he representing doing what it is, then it shouldn't be a problem with submitting to him. It should only be a problem with submitting to a man who ain't representing what he's saying. Because if a man done attracted you and got your attention with his words, then his actions is supposed to seal the deal. And once his actions done seal the deal, you supposed to submit to your nature. You supposed to submit and allow him to be your light. Allow him to be the buffer between you and anything that come against y'all, anything that come between y'all. And this ain't stuff that I done always knew. This is stuff that I'm learning. It's stuff that I'm learning on a day-by-day basis. It's stuff that I done learned through trial and error from my direct experiences as well as my indirect experience. I learned from some of my partners' problems. I learn from other people who I know about problems, people who I hear about problems. I try to learn from everything that I hear. If it's something that aroused my interest and I can understand something about it, I try to take it in and let it be an experience of mine, not directly but indirectly. We don't have to experience stuff directly in order to have an understanding about it. You can share your experience with me and I can acquire the same understanding just from a different perspective. And that's what we need to do for each other. We need to be more willing to share our experiences, but not just our good experiences. See, we'll always go out of town, go on vacation, and post pictures, but we ain't gonna post the pictures when we locked in the closet crying. Yeah, we ain't gonna post the pictures when we done got a bill and we don't know how we finna pay this bill, but we got to pay this bill. See, we ain't gonna post them pictures. We ain't gonna post them pictures when we sitting down there trying to make some sense out of some senseless shit. Yeah, we ain't gonna do that. Yeah, we don't want nobody to know about that, but that's the type of stuff that we need to know about. We need to know amongst each other that it's all right, that it's gonna be all right. Uh, and that we bigger than all of this. Uh, let's get them likes up. Uh, submission is compromise. Uh, submission is compromise. Hassan Johnson, uh, I think that's an interesting statement. You care to come and expound on it? Submission is compromise. I think everything is compromised. We talked about intimacy the other day. I think intimacy is compromised. I think love is compromised. I think a relationship is compromised. I think life is compromised. What ain't compromised? I think driving the car is compromised. Yeah, I what ain't a compromise? Uh, non-form. It's a balanced exchange of divine feminine and divine masculine energy. We can learn from each other. Cynthia Collins. I like what you said, but I don't really understand what you're saying. Uh, you can you come and expound on it? Yeah, somebody else say Cynthia well said. I mean, it sounds like that's something, but I don't really know what you mean when you say it. You care to come and expound on it? It seemed like something that you can enlighten us to. Well, me anyway. You damn near have to compromise on a daily basis. Shit, damn near on a second by second basis. But yeah, life in itself, what ain't a compromise? Uh, Let me post this link again. Let me see who wanna come up in here and conversate with us. Uh, Bam. Uh, yeah, is success a compromise? Yeah, is success a compromise? Do you have to compromise in order to have success? Is is poverty a compromise? Uh, because I believe you have to work to be poor. Yeah, you got to do something to be poor. What ain't a compromise? Uh, oh, there go the nigga room. What's up with it? Is submission purposely placing yourself in a compromised state? Is submission purposely placing yourself in a compromised state? That's an interesting question. Yeah, that's an interesting question that I won't rush to answer. I don't know. Let me ask y'all. Somebody else answer it. Is submission purposely placing yourself? Say, Mr. Nigga, come on in here and expound on that and break that down for me. Yeah, once you break it down, I might can answer that. Yeah, that's one of them ones where I ain't willing to do what I've been talking about doing. I don't even want to try to jump out there and go to answer. I gotta think. See, I know not to just go to try to run and answer something. I have to pause and think for a minute. I got to think what I think about it. Yeah, I don't know what I think about that shit. I got to think on that. See, I know how to ask for a timeout. Give me a second to think it through, and then I can let you know what I think. If I just go to, that's a lot. See, that's our problem a lot of time. We just go to blurting out shit without even thinking about what we saying. So I'm gonna think about what I want to say before I respond to that. I might respond to that tomorrow. Uh, but I think that's a good question. But I think I might could respond to it today if you come on in here and break it down a little bit. I only got a grade education, so my understanding is limited. I'm kind of intellectually retarded. Yeah, my development stopped. I'm one of them people. I'm the John Henry. Yeah, I give me a sledgehammer and put me on the railroad. Yeah, I'm the John Henry. That's why I call myself the new Pawpaw. I barely know how to work the phone. So yeah, I got A grade understanding. Uh Intellectually, academically, I mean academically. Uh but it ain't been no hindrance to me. It ain't been no hindrance for me. It's just my reality. Uh but even that, I'm rising above that. Uh Blind man shuffling. Square business. Hey, you can't go wrong with the shuffle, man. Yeah, you can't go wrong when you shuffling.
Yeah.
What's up with it, bro?
What on with it, man? I was gonna play the background today. I was gonna just a little bit.
No, man. I didn't. I mean, you could play the background, but you hit me with one that I don't really know how to respond to. So if you can break it down for me, I might can reach and get something. But yeah, you should. You dazed me with that one.
See, I'm gonna look at it like this, right? Okay, I wrote early that that men, when they ask the question, can so do men submit? Yeah, a man submit. I have to submit every day when I get my ass up and go to my job and sit in there and have to deal with them people every day. So, you know, if I quit my job, then I'm compromising my ability to pay my bills. So therefore, I must submit to my employer. Or, you know, I mean, just so to say, for example, let's say a woman, well, let's say we can go back to like you were talking about the other day when a man that just come with the backpack, you know, he may have a little game about himself, but still that woman controls the environment in which he must rely on it to survive. You know, the food, the clothing, and the shelter in some cases. So it's like, well, hell, that nigga ain't gonna go in there and just be like, well, you know, try to go in there and just run the woman's house. He gonna have to compromise to the fact that the woman is paying for a situation. But you know, I guess you might have some individuals who may be bold enough or may have a stomp down strong enough where they can come in with the backpack and run the house. But that, you know, that's a certain kind of nigga, you know, to be able to do that. So, you know, that's pretty much. I mean, submission. You know, that means you have to put aside some of the things in which you know that you would normally in a normal situation, in an independent situation, you would stand on, but you're in a position or either in the presence or the company of a person in which you must put those things to the side. You must separate those things to the side, and then the separation of those things to the side, you are in turn submitted. That's what sounds good in my brain, but you know, I don't know what the crowd might think.
Yeah, now it makes sense to me. Uh, yeah, it makes sense to me. Yeah, I have to admit that it does. You know, I be thinking, man, because you know, I try not to just start talking. I try to actually think about what I'm trying to say before I say it. So sometimes my reactions, my responses are be a reflection of that. Uh,
And that's a byproduct of wisdom. The wise, well, like what's the saying go? I think Charles would be saying said, seek first to understand before you try to be understood. You know, you
right.
listen and so soak up all the information and whatever it is that you may be confronted with. Because if you go in just talking and not knowing everything, you're gonna end up sounding ignorant.
Right, right. Somebody in the chat say compromise is not always a bad thing. Uh, I agree with that. Nothing is always a bad thing. But yeah, I believe compromise is not always a bad thing. It just you know, what you compromising and what you compromising it for. That's what determines whether it's good or bad. But even in good and bad, that's kind of like in the perception of the individual. Because something that I can perceive bad, another person might be all right with it. Uh, so you know, I think that's based off of our you know, our standards, our morals, our values, uh, you know, and things of that nature.
Yeah.
Uh,
Because sometimes the unwillingness to compromise comes from a selfish place. Now, if you in the cases where people are willing to compromise, it may be good for the whole entire group as opposed to for the individual.
let me ask you a question, because you know, I threw the question out there earlier. People spoke on it, but I don't recall nobody really just giving us a clear understanding. So I'm gonna bring it to you. Uh, what type of man do you believe that a woman should be willing to submit to?
The type of man that produces results to the constructive benefit of that woman. You know, I mean, let's say, for example, why would a woman submit to a bum? You know, because if you're submitting to a bum, that means that you are comfortable in living in a bum-like state. You know, if you have a man that steps into your life and is willing to take take the responsibility to make sure that your protection and your provision is dealt with, is satisfied, and you're also your comfort, you know, and also be willing to provide what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, I guess peace and contentment. You know, a woman, a woman don't want to submit. I can't speak for a woman, I should say, but I mean, nobody wants to submit to something that is to their detriment, even though we do find ourselves submitting to things that may very well be in our detriment. In our minds, the things in which we yield to a power, something to submit, you have to yield to what you may perceive a power that's greater than yourself, or to someone who has attributes that are greater than yours. And in that submission, you I guess you empower you gain sort of a bit of a strength for yourself, because those things in which you were deficit, those things in which you did not have in before you chose to submit to that person who does, empowers you underneath the covering, or the I don't know what the but I'm getting tongue tied. It provides you the covering underneath that submission, because you have someone in order that, I guess, he who finds a wife finds a good thing, so it's like, okay, if you man, I'm getting stuck. I didn't talk myself into it.
Say it's all right to go in the corner sometime, man. You ain't got to stay. See, when we was coming up, you get in the corner and had to do the elephant walk, touch your toes for about 3 minutes. But yeah, you can come on up out the corner, man. Matter of fact, you can change the subject or do what you want to do. You drive in the car.
Well, shoot, man, and really, I guess the point of it being is that, submission is not necessarily a bad thing, unless that submission is to your detriment. Basically, if you're able to find someone in which you're willing to lay your guard down and be able to gain the ability to be a better person yourself underneath the guidance and the covering of that person in which you're submitting to. In regards to the man and the wife, it's like, well, that man should be able to, and that woman who submits to him should be able to find solace in the company of that woman, in with that woman in his presence. While he's going out there slaying the dragons and hunting for the meat and bringing the meat back to the home. That woman should be prepared to butcher that meat and prepare that meat. And make sure that the man may have had to deal with some wounds and fighting and try to kill that bear. She'd be there to dress his wounds and put something in him to make him say, well, yeah, you was scared as a motherfucker that time, but you got to go back out there. I believe in you. I depend on you to be that man in which I've chosen to be submissive to.
Right. Hey, what's up, bro? How you doing, man? What you got?
Man, how y'all doing, man? I got a question for both of y'all about the submission. Now, this is what I always say. Why we can't submit to each other like the man and the woman submit to each other? Because let's say I got financial problems. Well, not financial. Say for instance that I can't. I'm bad at managing money. She might be the one that's good at managing money. So I might have to submit to her and trust in her that she can handle the money better than I can. She might not be good at certain things like communicating with someone. I might be a better communicator. So she might have to submit to me. Instead of just a woman 100% submitting to me and depending on me for everything, why we just can't work together as one and build off each other's strength? Like if I'm weak on something, she might be strong in it. If I'm weak in something, she might be, she can help me out with that also. Would that be a good thing? Is that a good thing? Like if I was to marry a woman, do I have to be solely dominant on her like that? Like what do y'all men suggest on that aspect of submission? Because I never felt something. Mm-hmm.
I believe you're explaining the attributes of a partnership. Of course, there'd be things like I said before. I mean, the man may be capable of going out to hunt, but he may not know how to cook. So It's like, well, I have to rely on my woman to make sure that my food is prepared, even though I must rely on myself to bring the food to the household. So it's like working in cooperation. You know, I mean, there's in submission, I guess in a way you're kind of admitting to yourself that you lack or weak in a certain position. So you should very well be able to find something that your woman may be more capable of doing that you may not be able to do. So and in turn that position, that's when you do realize she may be able to do your accounting better than you. You know, like you said, not be able to manage money. She may be able to say, okay, you bring the check home and I'm gonna break this budget down and this go here, this go here, this go here. And it's not to a point where it offends y'all. She trying to take my money and misuse it. You able to understand, okay, this is why she doing this.
I gotta steal that from you, man. I gotta steal that part from you.
So, okay.
I like that.
And you say, why can't we submit to each other?
Yeah. It's because I hear a lot of men say the woman should submit that type in that level.
I think it's actually about what works for the individuals, but I'm trying to think, how do two people submit? If I'm submitting to you or you submitting to me, if you submitting to me, how do I submit to you? Because that's like I'm trusting you to lead and you trusting me to lead. So we got two people leading. But what's your definition of, what is your interpretation? What's your understanding of being submission and submission? Being submissive. What is being submissive to you?
Running everything. And let me speak for myself. I'm gonna speak for myself. I'm not as responsible as a lot of men are out here, even though I do raise my kids by myself. But I just don't want a woman to fully depend on me, because I might mess up and I don't want a woman to fall down the drain with me with my mistakes or my bad habits. So for submission for me is, I just don't want a woman I want her to trust me, but I don't want her just fully, I just want us to both work together, because I'm 40 years old, so I don't have that fight in me. And I hope I answered that question correctly to my best of knowledge. I might should have took his game. I should have been quiet and thought about it first instead of blurted out, like you said earlier.
Well, the correct way actually is the way that worked for you and yours. Because what's correct for me ain't gonna be correct for you, because we two different people motivated by two different things of motivation. So at the end of the day, but I just wanted to have the conversation because it's a lot of narratives out there. It's a lot of misunderstandings, a lot of misperceptions, and a lot of misconceptions. So it's really just designed to lay thought.
Well, I can go into where you said where he was talking about it seems like they're submitting to each other. Like say for example, there's a term cooperation. Now the man should submit to his wife, or like I say, so submit to his woman. I guess and that would be in regards to like the entire household itself and to the maintaining of the household, providing a space in which the family can grow and develop. No, of course, if it's like say, well, no, if you have two people submitting on everything at all times, there's no progress because don't nobody know what to do.
Yep.
I'm finna get off there right there, man. I'm finna sit there and let that fester in my mind, bro. Hey, I've been saying it all wrong. That's crazy. Can you say that last part again? About submitting and not knowing each other, not knowing nothing.
If two people are in a state of submission, that means they're both admitting to themselves that they're weak, and two people that operate from a position of weakness won't know what to do in a situation where one or both are demanded to be strong. You know, if you just weak and cowering, you know, it's got to be if you're in a partnership, it's got to be someone that's going to be willing to assert themselves to be able to stand on it, you know, for the better benefit of both. You know, if you're working as a partnership.
Because in that respect, both of us would be weak. You know what I mean? We wouldn't accomplish anything. We'd just be, you know, taking it day by day, just existing. You know what I mean? We need to thrive, you know. How can you thrive and flourish if no one's taking any action to grow, you know?
Yeah, I got me on that one. I'm gonna have to do some soul searching with myself.
But you know what?
We all be building.
Dang.
It caught my attention because I heard the word submission. And you know, today in 2022, we don't hear a lot about that word. I mean, not unless back in the day you was a pimp or something like that, and you know, you were operating from that, you know, perspective. But you know, nowadays submission and compromise are very beautiful words if we really think about it on the based on how the brother just read it. You know, that right there is beautiful. It's sexy when you think about it, for real.
Yeah.
I mean, my comment earlier was about, you know, divine feminine and divine masculine energy coming together based on creation and how we're made to, you know, to come together, you know, and it's a duality. It's always going to be contrast. It's always going to be opposites, right? So
the
it
concept
just
of
makes a like sense. Mm-hmm.
The help me. That's what they say in the Bible. You know, you got to find a help me.
Exactly. Exactly. So yeah.
So I got one more question because I'm at a situation in my life, and I'm 40. Okay. If I was in my 20s, I can see that assertiveness that what you both were speaking about by being at my age, and let's say I do meet someone to get married. I done built so much in my personal life, like develop business or doing certain things. And if I meet someone, it all ties what the brother said though. If there's no leadership, it's gonna be weakness. There ain't gonna be no growth. So there's nothing I can say behind that. Even if I try to make an excuse, so never mind, cut that out. Yeah, that's just what it is.
I can understand. But yeah, I can understand how you feel. You know, you built up all of this, you know, and then, I mean, I guess it's a good question to ask is, you know, how much do I really, you know, care about this person? How much do I really want to, you know, build a future with this person after, you know, because at the end of the day, is it really about the material stuff?
Exactly.
You know, it's about, you know, nowadays we got to look at the heart space. We got to really come from that heart. It's a lot, you know what I mean, that we just have to look at now.
Most definitely.
We in a whole different time period.
Most definitely. You're right though. Cause I look at it like now I'm at a point in my life where my children about to graduate. So I just want peace and happiness. You know what I mean? Just peace and happiness. Cause you know, I've been through the arguments and all the other stuff, and you know.
Yeah. I had a guy tell me, he was like, you know, if you're not making six figures like me, then you know I can't get with you. And that told me a lot about him. It was more about the material stuff than the quality of the person, you know.
Ooh. I used to say that. Not 100,000 though. I ain't made 100,000 yet. But I used to say that though. I used to say like I would like a woman to make as much as me because I don't want to have to carry anyone. Because you know I'm a single parent, so I don't have the extra funds to fully take care of a woman. If I'm saying that correctly. And I can admit that. I can fully admit that. So maybe I don't need to get in a relationship until I, but I don't know. That's
Well,
a
I
good one
mean,
though.
what works for you. You gotta go from your heart and what works for you, because you at the end of the day you gotta be happy.
Yeah.
You can't expect someone else to make you happy. You just gotta know what you want. You gotta be see, a lot of us we walk around, including myself. I mean, I've learned over the years to really know what I want. That's the key right there. We walk around sleep, you know, and we do things just to do them because it's like the status quo. We want the next car, we want the big nice house, we want all of that. But at the end of the day, is that really what we want?
Mm. Mm.
I mean,
Uh,
it's deep. It gets deep.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
well, that's why we trying to get some understanding, because part of all right, if you know what you want, then it's in everybody's best interest that it be made known. And we understand that this is on an individual basis, but I mean, a lot of times people adopt other people's ideology and incorporate it into their life as their own. So that's why it's important that we have these type of conversations, because see, you say you have to know what you want, but to some people that don't mean nothing to them. You have to, what do you mean by you have to know what you want? And then once you get what you want, uh are you willing to submit to that person?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
I'm
Exactly. It's
if
like you can say, I want this physically attractive man or woman. You have all of it all mapped out, like what you see, in your person, right? It's
right.
this and that. And then we've been there, done that. We're mature enough now to know that you get to a certain point, and then it's like it becomes now more work. So
Mm.
are we willing to put in the work that is going to take, that's going to prove where our heart really is at. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Mm.
said, I would rather for a man to be honest from the door and tell me, look, I'm not going to get with you because you're not making six figures. That's fine with me. I respect that. You know, but I
Mm.
know my value is way more than some six figures
Most definitely.
at the
Most
end of the
definitely.
day. So, yeah, I'm just saying that for me, I had to be exact, like, you're saying, brother, about what I really wanted. And so sometimes, you got to write it out. I went through life sleep, eyes blind, blind, not really sure about what that was. But that was just based on my ignorance at the time. I didn't know any better. I know better now. And so I'm making it an effort to really manifest that in my life, you know. But yeah, it's work.
It is. Yes, most definitely.
I look at it like this though, bro. I'm the kind of person like this. If it's a person that I want or I desire and I pursue them, and they tell me that they don't want me because of X, Y, and Z. If I really want them, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna check the boxes of X, Y, and Z.
Right.
Yeah, if a woman I
Fact.
mean, if it's something that I can actually obtain, then because what I done did is I done allowed this woman to motivate me to be the best version of myself that I can be.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's nothing wrong with a woman demanding or commanding that a man be the best version. And I don't think it's nothing wrong with a man demanding and commanding that a woman be the best version of herself that she can be before she step into me. I think these are prerequisites to a successful relationship.
Fact.
Because
That's submission right there, and that's what's the other word? Submission and compromise. Because now
right.
you compromise. That's beautiful. I think that's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think compromise is a necessary evil sometimes, but I mean, you can't go through life without compromising.
Facts.
Uh, yeah, it's gonna be some compromise somewhere. But I didn't really speak a lot about that because we was actually focused. What I was trying to do was bring it out to women and make them, well, not make them, but get them to explain, identify, clarify, make it clear of what it is and what type of qualities do a man need to have for you to be willing to operate in accordance with your natural state, because the natural state of a woman is to be in submission to a man.
Facts. Yes.
So I'm sorry. I'm trying to understand. Get in my head exactly what you were saying. And you in my natural state.
Right. If do you believe in God?
Do I believe in God?
Yes, ma'am. Do you believe in God?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Most definitely.
So you believe that God created man and God created woman for man, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that identifies your natural state as a woman in dealing with a man and in being with a man.
Mm-hmm.
It explains it clearly states how we supposed to exist.
Mm-hmm.
And when you got a man that check the boxes and line up with the how to's, how is it possible to be in to be opposed to submitting to that which you've been instructed to submit to?
Right. Right. I mean, I don't find anything. I don't see anything wrong with that. I mean, like, it just depends on the woman or the man. Like, I personally, I'm a pretty compromising person myself. So if I'm being presented with, hey, this is me, and I've gotten to know, all the things that I like about the person, and that I want in a person, then I don't have a problem with saying, with whatever, that I need to. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy at that point, and I'm very compromising. And the word submissive, if that's the word, yeah, I'm submissive too. It just depends on what I have to be submissive about. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, nobody is asking anybody or to be submissive to, because see, that's the whole point in the conversation. We trying to identify what's appropriate to be submissive to. What type of man is appropriate to submit to? We understand the kind of man that you're not going to submit to, but what type of man are you willing to submit to? Or are you even willing to submit? Because if you're not willing to submit, you're not willing to operate in accordance with your true nature.
But yeah, because I'm just like I said though, I'm not going to submit to somebody that I'm, like you say, it's not according to my true nature what I want, because you know it's just certain things that I'm not going to deal with a man. Like number one, ladies, we know that we're not going to deal with no man that's going to hit on us, beat on us.
Facts.
That's all right. That's just number one right there.
Hold up. You say we not or we shouldn't?
We are not. I will
Oh,
not. I refuse to even. He ain't getting. If he would never get another, chance. I'm out the door.
how old are you?
I am 63 years old.
All right, you one of the ones I've been looking for a few days now. Yeah, you one of the ones I've been looking for a few days now. I got to put a star by your name. But see, I asked you that because 40 years ago you might couldn't have made that statement with such conviction.
Absolutely.
And I asked you that because I needed to say that, but I need you to be able to identify, and because not to me but to other people who potentially gonna travel the path that you've already traveled. We trying to equip them with the information that they need to navigate through those same trails without succumbing to the same pitfalls.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Ladies, I tell you right now, if a man put his hands up at you in any kind of way, shape, or form, outside of playing, with each other, whatever, get to stepping. Get to stepping. Don't even give him, any more time. Period. He has work to do on himself. Why is he even, coming at, a woman like that?
Yeah, I
And
agree.
and women, keep y'all hands to y'all damn self.
True,
Most definitely.
absolutely.
Yeah,
True.
keep y'all hands to y'all self. Cause see, some men is messed up like me. When I was coming up, Muddy and them taught me if she hit you, hit her back. Yeah,
Yeah,
hit her back. I don't care if it's a boy or girl. If they hit you, you hit them back. So I'm a victim of the lick back mentality. So yeah,
but
so
that just creates.
yeah,
But when you
yeah.
think about it, that creates more problems, lady. You know what I'm saying. People. Like I said, we gotta do the work. It's a work, and a lot of times girls are young women are staying in a situation like that because they don't even know their self. You know what I mean? They think, like you said, it's okay to, for my man to hit on me. We going to kiss and make up anyway to, later on. You know what I'm saying? That's stupid.
And a lot of us are stupid because we were socialized stupid. I know some people, I know some women that think if a man don't beat them up and sex them tears off her face, he don't love her.
That's what
That's
I'm
her.
saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's
So
that is that's definitely not something you want to do if you want to level up to a certain standard of life. See, we haven't been taught that stuff. We never, I came from a background myself where I was around a lot of that, and I just did what I thought I was supposed to do. But when I got to a point where I started to notice the difference, I'm like, oh hell no, I don't want this. You know what I'm saying? So young women, you have the opportunity right now to have the life you want and desire. You do not have to. Your life is not defined by your past. It is, today is a new day. You can start today. You don't have to be bothered with that other stuff. You know what I mean? So yeah, you just got to change your mind. You got to want it. And that's what I'm saying. I wanted it. I wanted better. I would rather be alone than to be in a relationship with somebody that, I'm not happy
but
with.
you wanted better after you had done already had worse, right?
Right.
So you had the worst and it was having the worst. See, and so having the worst made you develop the desire for better.
Absolutely.
Okay, and you
Absolutely.
said something to the young women, but we ain't just talking to young women. We talking to young people because it ain't women dating women. Sometimes it is, but we talking about women dating men because and it's not just toxicity on the men part. It's toxicity on women parts as well. So nobody should allow themselves to be in a situation that they don't want to be in. Uh,
Absolutely. I don't care if it's a man, woman, child, if it's, violence or some type of activity that's not healthy, you need to get away from it quick, fast, and in a hurry. Period.
Most definitely.
Period.
I agree. I agree.
Period. So, yeah, I just, I'm loving this. I'm loving these conversations, but yeah, because like I said, for me, it it was a world of one of just shoot. It was like the lights turned on for me when I really got it, because and so like I said, submission is that word can be a very touchy subject out here, in these streets. When you
It
when
it shouldn't be. It
it,
shouldn't be
it
if you
shouldn't
living
be.
right and you picking them right based off of your morals and values. It shouldn't be because you shouldn't have nothing in your presence, nothing occupying your time that you wouldn't submit to. If you won't submit to somebody that's infringing on your time, you might need to erase your game plan.
There you go. There you go. But you do have these brothers and or sisters who that their ego and that mentality of, basically they want to use you. And so you got these weak-minded men or women who submit to that type of treatment. That right there is what I'm saying. You need to check yourself on that. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, you got the people that say, "Oh yeah, well, we gonna kiss, we gonna make up, we gonna, whatever, whatever." Some people say they like it like that. You know what I mean? They like making up. you know. But at the end of the day, you're gonna go right back to the same old chaos in your
You
relationship.
you in your 60s. Do
Yeah.
you where you at? Are you sneaking on the internet?
Am I sneaking on the
Yeah,
internet?
I hear a woman voice, but I see me and three dudes and some image, some still shots or some kid drawings or something.
Uh,
Uh
me on my
yeah,
page?
we trying to we gotta I'm kind of spooked talking to the ghost. I don't know where you at. You in the top right or the bottom left.
I
Uh
don't know either. Let me try. Here I am. Here I am.
Well, good evening. Hey, that's what I'm now. I'm comfortable. Yeah, now I feel better. You was
I have my
scaring me
camera
at
on.
first. Yeah, we need to see you. You what we need to see
I
because
will.
you are what these young girls need to develop the courage to come on here looking like. Come on here looking like you look. I'm on here
Yeah.
looking like I look. Yeah,
Exactly. That's it.
and we need it's all right to be ourselves. That's the narrative that we trying to reinstill in our people. It's
Yeah.
all right to get that straightening comb and burn the back of your ears.
Yep.
uh
Yep.
we was much better people when we was burning the back of our ears.
Yeah.
uh
I done had my burn. I got scabs on me now. But
so
yeah.
you got a lot of information that need to be passed on.
Yes. Yes. Definitely. Yeah. I got the wisdom. I mean, and it was through hard knocks. Hard knocks. Hard knocks. I got two grown children. My son is 43 and my daughter is she'll be 40 in January. And and I have about seven grandchildren now and one great grand. And it's been a beautiful journey. I can say that, you know, one thing that worked for me, guys, is that I learned that we can have whatever we want in our life, despite, like I said, whatever our backgrounds may have been. We can have whatever we want, but we have the power within our own thoughts and our minds to have it. We don't have to stay stuck. We don't have to stay stuck. So to the brother, who's, I think you're 43 with the Guess denim shirt on right there. How old
Yeah,
are
I'm
you?
40. I'm
40?
40. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. You've got the capacity and the power right now to have whatever you want. But I just say write it out and just, put it out there. Let God, the universe know, hey, look, this is what I want, and you can have the most beautiful life you want.
And that's where I'm at. Like I'm not rich in that, so let me know. I don't want to get on here like I just got everything, but
Yeah.
it's just a point in my life right now where I dealt with both sides of it. I dealt in a relation where I had to take care of everything, responsibility was on me. Then I was with someone else that they had everything together, and I just noticed that life was just much less stressful. It was just a little easier on me dealing with a woman. Yeah, I know we you can't put likeness on tangible things or finances, but finances can ruin a relationship also. But I
Yeah.
just noticed dealing with a woman with some money, it just less stress. And that's including us liking each other,
Mm-hmm.
her respecting me as a man, me respecting her as a woman. But I just noticed, man, like life was easier.
Yeah.
My mom and dad, my mom made more money than my dad and they lived a great life. My mom still treated my dad like the man he should be,
Yeah.
and I just saw how those dynamics work with them. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
as my daddy got older, that's when he started making more, and they started to do more together. They started to
Yeah.
travel the world and enjoy life, and they look young. You know what I mean? They like in their 70s, still looking good. But the men I know, the elders I know that I saw, that even women too, that worked and everybody depended on them, they
Mm-hmm.
died just like that. They died
Really?
just like that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
want to go out like that. I don't want to die like that. And I think
Yeah.
that's the path that I'm on, and I gotta mature also. I still got some maturing to do.
What kind of woman you want?
A woman
Do
with
you
okay, go.
you the one that say you don't have you want to have a uniform submission? That was you, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What kind of woman you looking for?
I'm looking for. Well, I'm currently talking to one now, but uh, I currently have a woman that's put together, her life put together, and I don't have to put her life together. All I have to do is just mentally counsel her, and that's it. Besides, being a man too and stuff like that, because I have emotional intelligence also with her, so it's just the guidance thing that I have for her also, and vice versa with
Right,
her.
yeah, yeah. See, you ain't an emotional retard like me. I'm emotionally retarded. Yeah,
You
yeah,
not, you
yeah.
not, no, you're not, no, you're not. You very emotionally
I'm
intelligent, brother.
I'm emotionally retarded. I know it. Yeah, that's one of my shortcomings. I ain't ashamed to admit it.
Nah, you
I'm
not.
an emotional retard. Yeah, as
Sane,
one
I
of them
listen
baby
to you,
mamas. I'm
brother.
an emotional retard.
What does that mean? Emotional retard.
Yeah,
That
break that
means
down.
that he said he understand emotional maturity.
Yeah.
Uh See, I went into an institution when I was 15, and so I had to my emotions developed in a way that was conducive to the institution, but it was
Ah.
counterproductive to society. So
Okay.
it created a conflict of
Mm.
interest inside of me. And a lot
Mm.
of women don't understand that a lot of dudes that spend a lot of years in prison suffer from this type of retardation.
Mm.
Because you don't have a chance to develop your emotions, not stimulated
Yeah. Yeah.
a
Mm.
Yeah.
person. So
So
you evolve.
yeah.
Go
Okay. So
ahead.
so it's it's kind of like it's just like a little deficiency in it maybe, but retarded.
Yeah, I don't
That's
think
kind of
Yeah,
funny.
it's a
retarding
word.
your development stops. Yeah, that's what
Right.
retarded means. Ain't
Development.
we just
Yeah.
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 they done sensitized us so much we scared to say retarded now. But I ain't ashamed. I know I'm retarded.
It's all
I'm
right. It's all right.
emotionally.
It's all
Yeah,
right.
I know I'm retarded. I ain't ashamed of it. I used to be ashamed of it, but I'm comfortable with it. But you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? This is a form, me admitting that and being able to talk about it helps me deal with it. So yeah, it don't make me feel no kind of way. I'm letting dudes know it's all right to admit you
Yeah.
emotionally retarded.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
because a
Check
lot of
it out, though.
emotional stuff don't resonate with us.
Got
Check
it.
it out. The white man dictionary say retard. To retard means to slow down or cease and stop. You know, my emotional development is slowed down, and oftentimes it just stops. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it's mentally retarded. So mental development that's either cease, or slow down, or stop. It's
Mm-hmm.
not necessarily could be used it can be used in an insulting manner, but
Right.
you
As
can
far as
also
being
use it in a
handicapped.
scientific
Right.
manner.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's
Gotcha.
all I'm saying. I'm
That's
muting.
good game right there. That's good
I
game.
mean, but you see how we enlightening each other. We this is our way of assisting each other. And when you become informed, you become armed.
Yeah.
Mm.
True information is liberation.
Right.
Because yeah, true information is real education, not that other stuff that they done tricked us with.
Mm.
Uh, and this is real education when you understand the things that really uh ills you, the
Mm-hmm.
things that really have an effect on you being a peaceful person, being a progressive person. And a lot of times we never obtain peace and progress because we can't be real with ourselves. It's
Mm-hmm.
only by being real with yourself you can come and stand before people and admit your iniquities, your shortcomings. It ain't that I think it's something cool because it used to be something that I was ashamed of. But I done got to a point in my life where I'm not really concerned with trying to appease people I don't know. If I can share something that'll help you and it help you helping me, then I'm cool with it. But I'm not concerned about what somebody I don't know or either somebody I do know think about my truth.
As
I
you
don't
Facts.
give a
should.
damn one way or another.
As you
Facts.
should. As you
Facts.
should.
Facts.
As you should.
So,
Yeah.
Mr. Sane, I got a question. So, you said while you was in prison, you lost their emotional intelligence. Well, you didn't get a chance to develop your emotional intelligence because you was incarcerated since you were 15 years old. So, when you were dealing with women, what did mostly women say to you that, but you probably was like kind of fighting it back, like, what you talking about? Like, what you mean? You get what I'm saying? Like, women would tell you, like, you don't do this, or you don't say this to me, or you don't care for me this way, or you
Well,
don't pay attention to me.
I just had a conversation, a topic about some of the things that women the intimacy. You not intimate, and it's just that a lot of times we have different types of value systems. But see, it's no way you can, because I'm the kind of man like this. If I deal with a woman, I'm willing to sacrifice to assist her in becoming the best that she can be, and whatever sacrifices I have to make to assist her, I'm gonna make them. So you can't, when you engage with me and I operate like this, you can't play on me and tell me I ain't intimate, because what's more intimate than what I'm doing? The problem probably ain't me. The problem probably is you, because I'm giving you one of the greatest gifts that we can give on this earth, and you telling me I'm not intimate. It's something wrong. We got a conflict in value. Yeah, I'm basically giving you something that I have a limited amount of, which is my time, which in essence is my life. And you telling me I ain't intimate? No, see, I didn't develop the desire to buy off into the Romeo Juliet concept. I developed in a way to where I operate off of real meaningful things. And most people don't. Most people operate off of superficial stuff that's been impressed in their mind. And a lot of times, their ideology is not even their own. Most people's ideology come by way of the group. They value the things that the group done led them to believe that they should value. For example, I done heard songs that I didn't like when I first heard them, but I seen so many people liking the song that it played a trick on my mind, and I started thinking I like a song that I didn't like. And a lot of times this is the condition, this the predicament we have put ourselves in, because we don't listen to ourselves. We listen at the approval of other people for ourselves.
That's what I meant by sleepwalking. You know, and y'all, you know, we have been hearing that phrase woke, you know, and so I had to, you know, for me, it's been a thing of paying attention to what's going on around me now. You know what I mean? Like, so when you stop and really pay attention to what's actually going on, it makes you think. It makes you think critically. See, we were used to just walking around blinded by, like you saying, brother, by what they tell us. You know, everything is programming. Everything is programming. We turn on a television. What is it? A program, right? So we need to stop and think critically about what's really going around us in this world today, period.
And that happened to me in a relationship. I thought I was crazy the whole time, because I'm like, just like your both said, but I'm using what Mr. Sane said, was that Romeo and Juliet mindset. And, you know, I'm looking at things realistically, you know, like I can't follow what the masses is doing, you know, and I ran into a couple women like that. And I ain't gonna lie, I used to be kind of insecure about getting in a relationship, because I thought something was wrong with me. And it's something, and I got my faults, you know, there's some things messed up about me that I can't admit. But just like he said, like, how you gonna tell me I'm not being intimate? I'm gonna give you my time, I'm gonna give you my spirit, my energy, everything.
Yeah, that's sexy right there, period. I mean, you know, when a woman gets to that point where she understands, because, you know, I can be stimulated by the mind, period. They call it a sapiophile. Something like that, sapio something. But
I know
but so I can relate to that type of conversation when, you know, like you're saying, brother, you know, we don't all have the same capacity to know, you know, certain things that turn people, you know, that stimulates people. They call it love language or something like that. I was asking my kids the other day, well, what does love language mean? Because I don't personally know what that is.
Well,
I don't subscribe to that ideology. I think they just playing games on us and manipulating us with stuff that we already know that they calling something else. Love language ain't nothing but common sense.
Exactly.
Yeah, love language ain't nothing but common sense that they using a bunch of sap rap to come up with different terminology to confuse us. We already know the love language. Your common sense give you the language to speak.
Yeah.
if a person done ignited your love for them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, if that's their thing, I just need to learn more about it. I mean, if somebody's here now that knows what love language is, please let me
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, I could tell
I'm
you.
I'm always open to learning more.
Well,
So,
basically, a love language is like, I'm just gonna try to make it simple. Basically, on the test, you take a little test and you answer questions what means the most to you. And sometimes people love you the way they want to be loved instead of loving them the way their partner want to be loved. Because a lot of times, even for me, I used to love a woman the way I thought she would like to be loved instead of not listening to that woman and listen to what makes her love. Like, for example, a girl told me, she was like, well, Brian, all you have to do is just buy me flowers and they're gonna make me happy. That's her language. She loves flowers, right? My mind was like, man, I ain't gonna buy that girl no flowers, man. I'm just gonna buy her this. I'll probably buy her a bracelet or buy her some jewelry or something. And she didn't like it
mm,
because I thought the love I'm giving her, which was the jewelry, was gonna outshine the roses. But she was
hmm
never happy with the jewelry. She was always happy with the roses. And I always thought about that. Every time I go into a relationship with a woman, now I listen to a woman, and the woman would tell me like what she like, what makes her happy, and stuff like that. And I just do what makes her happy. You know.
But does she give it a term like a name? Because I heard my daughter, she was saying something like, your love language is touch, or your
Yeah,
love
touch,
language is
feeling,
this or
yeah,
that. So I don't
gifts,
know the
love.
breakdown of that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gifts, love, communication. I think it's something like tender love and care. If somebody in the comments, I might be saying it wrong in the wrong order. I forgot what the fifth one was.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm still learning that part, but I think, like you saying, brother, that's something that we've been doing for years.
Hey, yeah,
Like
most
love,
definitely.
like it's not hard to. You just gotta, again, like we were saying earlier, you gotta take the time to just communicate. Communication is what's key,
Yeah,
and taking the time to really getting to know your partner, like. I don't know if people have the patience. Patience is another key. We get so impatient nowadays,
hmm,
but we need to slow down and really listen and
yeah,
take the time, like actively listen. Like
yeah,
we will say we're listening, but you know what I mean? Our minds be filled with all other kinds of stuff. But if we take our time and just really, take the time to get to know the person,
yeah. I
like
think that's the
what
issue we
makes
having
it,
now. People don't
yeah,
get to know each other. Like that's why I like talk. I could talk on the phone all day. Like I
yeah,
love talking on the phone. I love learning the woman I'm with. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand. Like I could tell if she's mad or she's happy or just by her looking at me, I could tell something is wrong. That's why I like to. That's why I tell when let's get to know each other. Because we
yeah,
can have sex all day. But
yeah.
if you not emotionally in tune with each
That's
other,
it.
the sex ain't gonna be all that.
That's the part right there. Because
In
that
my
goes
opinion.
away
Uh,
at
I don't believe a man can make a woman happy.
Mm.
I
Yeah,
don't believe
I
that
don't
a man
believe a
or a
man can
woman.
make a woman happy.
I don't believe a man or a woman can make each other happy. I think you gotta be happy when you step in the
Oh, most
door.
definitely. Oh
Why
yeah,
you
most
going to,
definitely.
you can't why depend on somebody else to make you happy?
Most definitely.
You better be, if you in a place where you expecting somebody to make me happy or make me laugh, you need to go back and check your own self.
Most definitely.
Because
Most
you're going to
definitely.
be a miserable, disappointed person,
Yeah,
probably.
yeah. Hey, I'm just speaking on the surface of both of us happy, both of us liking each other instead of the, what I'm saying. That's what I was speaking on. Like we both like each other. That's what I was speaking on.
Yeah.
Yep,
Nah,
you correct.
I said that because a lot of times men get caught up chasing their tail like a dog.
Yep, most
Because
definitely.
see, in a man mind, he thinking if I do this, baby gonna be happy. Damn, I did that, she still ain't happy. Well, if I
Yep.
do this here, she gonna be happy. I did that, yeah, it's a momentary happiness, and then it's the same old cycle. Now I gotta chase my tail again, trying to figure out what makes her happy. Man, the harder you try, no matter how much you do,
Mm.
you can't totally satisfy a woman.
Oh,
It's not
most
in their
definitely.
nature. It
Most
Mhm.
goes
definitely.
against their nature. You can't satisfy them. No matter how hard, all you can do is do the best you can do.
So
and
what
understand that.
I agree. And so what makes you happy?
What makes me happy?
Yeah.
When I can see that I can create something and I can see the manifestation of my creation, I'm happy. Yeah, when I can plant a seed and nourish it, and I can see the stages, I can see the trimesters of its evolution until its birth.
What
I
makes
can
what
see
makes
the
you happy in your relationship? Like
uh
with your partner.
I make me happy in my relationship with my partner.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
if I'm happy, then I'm gonna make me happy in my relationship with my partner. But first I got to be a happy person.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
first,
Yep.
because my
Healed.
happiness is,
Healed.
it don't come from the outside. My happiness come from the inside. But a lot of times we misperceive what happiness is. We think happiness is sweet lullabies, praise dancing and smiling. If I'm sitting with a blank stare on my face, somebody might say, "Man, you always look unhappy." Is unhappiness a look?
Mm-hmm.
To see a lot of this type of stuff cause problems. Or if I conduct myself in a way that you don't understand, you think that I'm unhappy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not unhappy, I'm misinterpreted.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, see, and a lot of times those are problems that exist in relationships. And when I be having these conversations, I be telling myself that because I remember reading a book. I call it a relationship Bible, but it's called Men from Mars, Women from Venus. And it talks about the
Yeah.
differences that exist between men and women, how we process information, how we relate, how we respond to different situations, different from one another. And when you understand that a man and a woman respond to situations totally opposite of one another, it sheds light on the situation, and it eliminates conflict. It eliminates
Yep.
turmoil
Facts.
Yep.
because it
Yep.
breeds understanding. A lot
Yep.
of our problems is grounded in misunderstanding each other
Yep.
because we operate on two different frequencies. We speak two different languages. We comprehend two different languages, but we come together and try to coexist as one without understanding that we are, yeah, coming together as one, but we different.
Right.
Facts. I
Right.
can't, man.
Yeah.
So,
That's
a
it.
lot of
That's
times
it.
we have misconceptions of what a happy, healthy relationship is because we done let other people impress on our mind what it's supposed to look like.
Facts.
Exactly. Exactly. But and like you said, you got to be happy with yourself first. You can't expect nobody else to make
Facts.
you happy. I used to back in the day when comedians. I used to work in the entertainment industry in Atlanta, and the first thing as far as comedians working with comedians, the first thing people would ask them to do is make them laugh. Like you run up onto run up on them in the on the streets or something like that. I used to date a comedian. The first thing that people would say is make me laugh.
Give him up. What's his name? It wasn't Charleston White, was
No, no, no. He was a up and coming comedian. Yeah, up and coming comedian. Oh, what's that? What's that say? I'm trying to see it.
I had to represent Mississippi.
All right. Yeah, but and he said,
uh
that's one of the worst things to do with you're supposed to, be happy with yourself and be able
Facts.
to you don't and not expect somebody else to do that for you. You know what I'm saying? And then it just makes everything else fall into place. You know what I mean? I never, you know, want to operate from that space of depending on somebody else to, create my world for me. You know what I
That's why I
mean?
gotta be healed. That's why I gotta be happy with my. That's why I noticed this too. My mother was a therapist, so I'm the only child too. So throughout my life, my mother always taught me how to deal with certain emotions and stuff
Yeah.
like that, and dealing on how to love yourself
Yep.
also.
First.
So as I got older, I started to meet people that didn't love themselves, and
Yep.
I'm in this happy state. I'm happy within myself, but they
Hmm.
not happy with theirs. And sometimes, just like he said, sometimes you got people that will just suck that from you.
Yep, they will. They will. And
And
that's them energy vampires.
yep, energy vampire. Yep, yep,
They
yep.
will. They will. They will take it from you. But again, when having control of your own self,
Hmm.
loving yourself
That's
and
important.
knowing, your feelings and what can, drain you. You gotta, manage that. Stay away
Most
from
definitely.
people pretty much. Sometimes you unfortunately we have to stay away from them because they
I
drain
stay away.
too much.
Yeah, if you not, yeah, you gotta love yourself, man. You can't, cause I had a
Yep.
girl, she wasn't happy with herself, and it's a good point both of y'all made. It just got me thinking. It was the last relationship I was in, but she was always unhappy with her life and whatever she been through, but she always project that on me,
Yep. Yep.
and I said, and I just had to sit back and think to myself like, you ain't happy with yourself, you
Yep.
unhappy, you traumatized, whatever was going on before you met me, and you just project your feelings onto me and expect me to fix it. And I can't fix it. I can do everything I can. I can buy you roses. I can buy you a car, put you in the house with my credit good enough. But you still won't be happy because you still got to heal yourself and love yourself in order to be with a person like myself.
And they'll take people like us for granted, and
Yeah.
they'll
Oh yes.
continue if we don't, step up for ourselves. I mean, I can do that now, but back in
Yeah.
the
Me
day,
too.
what I'm saying, it was like I was always trying to be the therapist and help somebody to get better themselves when really they needed to get themselves better. They not
Most definitely.
I couldn't fix them.
No, you
You know what
can't.
I'm saying? So yeah. Um yeah, it's a game. It's a game that we have. When I say a game, I mean
I know
like
what you mean.
it's just like we gotta be willing to put in the work and play. You gotta be in the game to win.
Got
So that
to.
means doing what we gotta do to have we want what we want, whether it's a relationship, whether it's finances, material things, or just loving ourselves, learning how to love ourselves. We got to love ourselves first. So many of us, we just don't we don't know ourselves. First of all, we scared to look at ourselves in the mirror, you
Sure
know,
live.
you
I
know.
got a question for you. I don't mean to cut you off, but even with the 2020 pandemic, when it happened
Hmm.
and everything was shut down, a lot of people had to look at themselves, like with
Hmm.
everything stopped. And I
Hmm.
remember during that time, I lost a lot of people that was around me because
Hmm.
they started to not hate themselves verbally, but you could tell they just
Yep.
they looked in that mirror, didn't like what they saw in that mirror.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I saw how they kind of turned a little bit. I said, "Oh, they saw something they didn't like. They've been running from it, and now they ain't working. They got to sit at home and they got to deal with those demons, just
Yeah.
like they was in solitary confinement.
Yeah.
Only, and I was fine because it didn't
You
matter
find
to
with
me.
yourself. Yeah.
So
Hmm.
yes, I
Yeah.
was happy with myself. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
something I noticed in a lot of people during that
Yeah,
time.
it's real. It's real, but it's all good once
Yeah, most definitely.
when a person realizes. Some people never get, unfortunately, they don't get the knowledge or even the support or help to be able to get through that.
Hmm.
That's what I and that's where, my heart has always been is to help and support people
Me too.
when they feel like they're in that type of a position, that there's always light, at the end of the tunnel.
Oh, word.
And yeah, so I get it straight up. Yeah.
What state, what city, what state you live in? Hold on, I didn't see your name. Let me see. Uh, Miss Cynthia Collins.
I'm originally from Philadelphia, from Philly. And so right now I'm living in Oklahoma, Tulsa area.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, shout out Philly and Tulsa.
Yeah.
And what about you, Mr. Brian? Where you located at, bro?
Oh, I'm from Mississippi, but I live in I don't know if you heard of like Flower Mound. Like I live in Dallas though. I'm in Texas, but I live in like Flower Mound, Louisville area. If you're familiar
You
with those,
How is that near like
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Houston?
I'm near the airport. I'm by DFW airport.
Okay. Okay, cool.
121 area.
Yeah, 121. Yes, sir.
Yes,
What about
sir.
yourself?
Yeah, I'm out in the McKinney area. I'm off of 121 myself.
Ooh, you where the rich people at, man. Let me hold a dollar, man.
Hey
God
man, I'm
damn. Boy,
I'm
that's
over
some
here where
rich
the
stuff out
shufflers
there,
at,
boy.
man. Yeah, I'm over. Hey, I might be out here where the rich people at. I'm just aspiring to try to get where they at. I'm gonna keep on shuffling. Didn't Miss Sharonda, are you still in the chat? Where you at? I see a picture. All right, somebody. Oh, Mr. Nigga, where you hit him burn
Oh, I'm
off?
here. I'm here.
Now what you got?
I'm just
Break us off something.
cooking. I was listening and cooking, listening and cooking.
Listening and cooking. One thing about it, we know you older than 30.
Why you say that?
You breaking up, Mr. Sane.
I can't hear nothing.
Mr. Sane, you breaking up.
So the topic, is it about submission today? Is that what y'all talking about?
Yeah. We went everywhere, but still in the
Everywhere.
topic submission. There you
Okay,
go.
sorry about that.
Yeah, I'm rolling through a storm, but I've been in a storm all my life, so I'm comfortable. Uh yeah, yeah, this ain't my first rodeo dealing with the storms. But yes, ma'am, the topic, the primary topic is what type of man are you willing to submit to? I'm talking, and I could have just said woman, man, but I like to identify who I am, what I am. So I say, and what I deal with. I deal with a black woman. I'm a black
Me
man, so
too.
I say black woman, black man. I don't know if
Hmm.
other nationalities have these type of problems. I know we have them. Cause
Yes.
I know women. I done heard women say, I ain't submitting to no man. The hell with a man. I don't
Hmm.
need no man. Yeah, I done heard my grandma and mama and everybody say it. So I grew up having an issue with hearing women say that. Every time I heard them say it in my mind, I felt like you just ain't had the right man. Because I think
Yeah.
every woman run at the opportunity to submit to the right man. But
Most definitely.
in saying that, I understand that most of us, especially black men, we full of shit and we be bullshitting.
Goddamn
All we
right. I
do
know
is
I
be
did.
trying to deceive somebody so we don't have to do as much as what we need to do. So yeah, we play in the name of all kind of shit. A husband,
Hmm.
best friend, side piece, all kind of things. But we willing to do whatever we can do to have to do less. And
Most
so
definitely.
I wanted to shed some light on the situation so we can put a stop to a bunch of the bull crap. We
Okay.
can start understanding how we operate. We can be honest about how we see. Most dudes don't like me having these conversations because it causes problems for our game. Yeah,
Okay.
so once the play done been revealed, you got to draw up some plays that don't nobody know how to
Yep.
identify. Or yeah, we gonna pick it off when you try to run it.
Yep.
Right,
Yep.
right, right,
Right.
right. Okay, I got you. I got you. Yeah. So, what kind of conversations do they like having on here? I
We
want to
like
say.
having. Well, this is a channel that I came up with as I started wrestling with trying to make myself better. As I
Hmm.
started wrestling with my own issues. So this channel is a therapeutic channel. We talk
Cool.
about real issues. I call it uncomfortable conversations. The
Cool.
kind of conversations that need to take place in families that we just suppress and act like it don't need to be had.
Love
Yeah.
that.
You left it?
Love it. Love
No,
it.
I got it.
Oh, my son-in-law turned me on to y'all today. Okay, this is I love this stuff. Yeah.
Most
Well,
definitely, man.
shout out to son-in-law. I appreciate him. We must
Shout out to
we must.
Hassan Johnson.
Okay, I seen Hassan Johnson in the comments, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah,
You do
yeah.
more. Matter of fact, Hassan, you done more for me than my own friends do for me. So I most definitely appreciate you. Love you, man. Get better.
Right,
Yeah, I'm
right.
dropping my son off. So that's why I've been in the thing. He ain't feeling good, so I had to give him some daddy love.
Most
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
You ain't doing nothing wrong.
See you later, man. Yeah. So I'm trying to reconstruct the broken pieces of my own life. I done lived real reckless in my past. I got 7 kids by 5 different women. I
Okay.
ain't proud of it, but that's just the truth about it. So
Okay.
I'm qualified to talk about young men making bad choices based off of how they see themselves. Cause
Right.
I was a young dude that didn't give a damn about myself and nobody else.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I was a real violent little dude as a result of it. Uh
Right. Right.
What
Right.
made you change? Like, what was the point of your life that got you to that point? Like, I gotta change myself, or what was the point of your life when you recognized that you had to start this channel, get it out your system, and try to get therapy through talking on
man,
social media?
yeah, I had
If you don't
spoke
mind
on a
me
panel
asking.
called no, man, I don't
Oh, okay.
mind asking. Yeah, this uncomfortable conversations. I talk about the shit I'm ashamed to talk about. But I had spoke on a panel called "Murder Changed Me."
Mm,
Uh, it was a program that Charleston and a few local movers and shakers put together to give us an opportunity to address some mothers who had sons who had been victims of gun violence. Ironically, I think all of these sons was rappers. So
mm,
in the process of talking to these people, I started feeling some kind of way because when you do stuff, when you have disagreement with people in the streets, you never have a concern or awareness of the fact that your actions potentially affected somebody other than this person.
mm,
Right.
So when I was in there talking to them, I was able to see how our actions a lot of times, and it's actually a video when I don't know where it's at, but it's a video. I think a little clip of it is on my channel. It's called The Evolution of a Man.
mm,
And that's a clip that they took from the MCM panel. But we were
mm,
speaking to a lot of slang rappers' mothers like Mo3 Mama, Lil Snoop Mama, FBG
mm.
Doug Mom, uh, and to Lil Tuka Mom. Uh,
Okay.
and it was a event that we put on here in Dallas.
Oh, dope,
And as
dope,
a
man,
result
dope.
of yeah, so as a result of it, and as I was in the process of doing it, uh, I felt something. So I apologize to the mothers for the pain that they felt
Mm.
from from being victimized by dudes who think like I once thought. But
Mm,
up until that point, I never had really I didn't know to think in that regard. So it kind of, it made me feel like I had a sense of a responsibility to try to do what I could do to try to right my wrongs. So I didn't know what I was gonna do, how I was gonna do what I needed to do. So I just said, but I spoke with a DA, the lead DA of Dallas, and she,
mm,
because she say, man, I looked your name up and you don't have no social media presence.
mm.
So when I thought about it, because I'm more of a private person and
Me
I
too,
really
man.
haven't adjusted to the current times, the way that we operating. So I was really uncomfortable, because like I say, I'm a private person. So, but she was, they was like, man, you need to, if you want to reach the youth, you got to be where the youth are.
Mm,
So yeah, I thought I was coming to the internet doing something for the youth, but I didn't realize that the youth ain't just people of young age. The youth is
mm,
actually a reflection of people with young minds. So a lot of times our youth is in their 40s, sometimes in
mm,
their 50s.
Facts.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? But those
Facts.
are still our youth. It used to be at a point in time when we knew that those people were adults. They was mature adults and was worthy of our respect. But now we live in a time where our youth, a lot of times, uh, 50, 40, sometimes in their 60s. But it
mm.
made me realize that youth is not discriminatory of age anymore. It's reflective of understanding. And a vast majority of our people is extremely limited in understanding, which is why I identify us as retarded, because our development has been stagnant due to situations and circumstances. And a lot of times we just too much of we too self-conscious to admit it. We too self-conscious to say, I got a problem.
Yeah.
Right.
Because a lot of times we don't even know that it's a problem because we operate with a lot of dysfunctional norms. It's dysfunctional stuff, but it's our norm and it's been
Yeah.
our norm. So we think that this is our norm. We don't know that this is dysfunctional. These are our dysfunctional norms. So
Yeah.
that's what made me create this channel, because I wanted to do something that really needs to be done. I didn't want to do what everybody else was doing, just be on here talking shit and talking about stuff that I can't do nothing about, stuff that ain't even my business. So I say, well, I'll come on the internet and talk about myself while I'm healing myself, while I'm starting to understand things about myself. And maybe in the process of understanding myself, I can help somebody else understand themselves.
Thank
So,
you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You
Hey,
know,
shout out
you
to you, man, Mr. Sane.
yes,
Shout out to you,
yes,
man.
yes, yes.
thank you, man.
Yeah, I know for me and my son and my daughter, and I use them as an example because they learn it, they still like, because of my ignorance, it was a lot of stuff I didn't know, so I didn't pass it on to them, and so they suffered, quote unquote, from my ignorance, right? So when I learned, later on in life, that I could have done things differently, but I didn't know any better. So if we can provide information and knowledge, that's in my heart, to provide the information and knowledge to help our young ones now. Like, they don't have to go through what we went through. You know what I'm saying? They don't have to go to jail.
Right.
They don't have to experience all the pain and suffering that I went through in my marriage. You know what I mean? And different things like that is what I'm saying, is that it's in my heart to share with others, because I know now that that's why I was talking about the system. It was a whole plan and a design, and I don't know who. There's others out here that probably know where I'm coming from, but where we're at right now in the world is not where it was all a scheme and a plan. It's a scheme and a plan to keep us down, as a people, period. And so we can go all the way back to slavery. We can go back to the indigenous people here in America. Why they call us, well, they calling us African Americans, but really, when I stopped to take the time to research our history as a people, I don't know how many of us have done that with our youth. Like, our youth are kings and queens. We are kings and queens. We are, you know, very worthy and deserving. But
Hello.
they programmed us to think very
Hello.
lowly of ourselves.
We can hear you.
Now I would, I mean, we are
Hey,
distinguished people. I go from the perspective that we all,
KJ.
everybody can be a king or a queen. Otherwise, we wouldn't be, acknowledged as individual people. Everybody can't be the ruler. If there has to be a ruler at all. I want to know whether are you familiar with the author, the scholar, Neely Fuller Jones, and the compensatory code concept, uh,
No,
the
no,
code.
no.
Well, he speaks about the system of white supremacy, and he identifies what a white supremacist is. When you speak of the systems are put in place under the premise that there's a group of people who identify as white supremacists who lack melanin, and there are people that are victims of white supremacy. Now, a lot of people don't want to be acknowledged as being a victim, but if you look at the evidence, you know that people of color or black people or Hispanic people, Asian, maybe the Middle Eastern people, they got a little power because they got the oil, but we are not in a position of power
Mm-hmm.
to dictate anything. So thusly, we have to yield to what the mechanisms that are placed in our environment in regards to the system.
But why aren't we in the position of power?
This systemic racism. You have systematic, in regards to financial, in regards to finance, in regards to justice, in regards to healthcare, just any area of people activity where you have to deal with having to go. You always have to go to a white hospital. You always have to go to a white school in order to have any type of reverence. It's never a black somebody wore the black school. Anybody going to the black folks in order to get shit done.
Why not? Why don't we have the power?
Evidence of where we are in comparison, because I myself, we want to talk about, we speak about history, we talk about slavery. I'm a descendant of the people that were identified as nigger, Nigger, those who were enslaved in this country and who built the foundations of this country. Now, look around and see our people of today. In order to, you're making for the most part, the only thing that the nigger boy, which is the descendant of the nigger, Nigga, the niggas. The only thing that the niggas is pretty much being known as prominent as being an athlete or entertainer. And then even in the concept of entertainment, the nigger boy is messy. Because the nigga boy get killed and just being an entertainer. He don't want to separate the dysfunction and the toxicity of his prior environment from his art form. Right. Therefore, he suffers.
Right. I would just like to ask, brother, why do you think that we are in this position right now as a people?
Because we don't give a damn. We full of shit. I wanted to tell you that you the kind of woman that I've been looking for to come on here. So I hope you come back. I enjoy your presence and I appreciate your perspective. But most of all, I respect your struggle. And I know your struggle done been real. And I know you got a hell of a GPS for life. For the people that have the wherewithal to acknowledge it and use it.
Thank you.
Yeah, they don't have to navigate through life being lost when they got a resource like you available.
Right.
And it's free.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I'm asking all the questions. That's all. And that's all I encourage anybody to do. To just open up and ask the questions. I really appreciate what you're saying, brother. That just, I mean, and that's what I'm saying. They don't teach this stuff to our kids in school.
We don't even teach it to our kids.
Let me say quick, that's what goes back when I said when I asked you about Neely Fuller, that there's a statement that he had. He says that questions and answers are what you utilize to solve problems. You cannot solve a problem without the process of questions and answers. Yes. You have a problem, you identify what the problem is by asking questions of what is the problem, what constitutes the problem, what are the traits and the characteristics of the problem. And if you get answers to those questions, then you become in a position to begin the process of solving that problem.
Yeah.
The problems are solved through the process of questions and answers.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Absolutely. We have to ask the questions. But yeah, so I've been asking questions and, doing research because I'm at this point now where I'm like, something ain't right. And when I think about, like that, I didn't get the correct knowledge about our history as a people. And so now, I've been doing a lot of research. I'm looking for the answers to, why we didn't get our 40 acres and more, our 50 acres. You know what I'm saying?
It's there. They have it written down pretty much. I think I forget what it was. A particular politician just said, no, we ain't giving them shit.
Right.
And that comes from being in the position of power.
Exactly. So my thing is, why can't we take back our power?
Because we're not in a position to take it. But we have
why we're not in a position.
For the mere fact that we can go back to just something as simple as the makeup part about it. We don't want to accept our own identity. We don't want to accept who we are as who we are. We don't want to look around and first ask, what is our problem as a people today? Then we look around and ask each other, and then we look around and try to figure out, well, what is causing me the biggest issue? What are my problems today? Do I don't have enough money for this? These niggas out here stealing parts off my car and fucking with my insurance rate. You know, just random shit. You identify what your problems are. Then you ask yourself, what can I do to go about the process of solving these problems? You got motherfuckers that we in the culture now. Ain't no snitching, ain't no snitch. You rather sit in be in an environment where you are constantly being taken advantage of. You're constantly being held in a particular place where it's a crab bucket mentality.
Exactly. That Willie Lynch mentality, right?
Yeah. What and yeah, well, I probably would Willie said, you know, the concept in which it was written, you know, I understand what they was doing, but it's not really a letter from that time period. But the concepts in that letter do point that out. But yeah, it is a Willie Lynch mentality indeed, because what it is that, you know, like I stated early, black in the chat, I said that black people have a problem with showing off. You know,
they want to shine, look good.
It's the Jones keeping up. It's a very toxic level of keeping up with the Jones.
Right.
You know, it's one thing to keep up with the Jones. Okay, I'm about this and about that, but then it's like at one point, well, hell, if the Jones stun on me too hard, I'm gonna go and put a pistol on one of them Jones. It don't have to be like that. You know what I'm saying? It really don't even have to be to the point where there's any type of competition between the two groups whatsoever. We both in a prison. We all in a prison. You know what it's considered. It's not necessarily a prison with bars or concrete or, you know, ward or guards walking around you, but I made a live about it yesterday. It was in regards to the concept known as lesser confinement. We not in a penitentiary where, you know, we have to wait for chow time, you know, and you hit a nigga early in the morning. It'd be 5 in the morning. You ain't even thinking about break. Chow time. You gotta go eat them grits and them powdered eggs and shit. But we in a prison where, in regards to, like, okay, there may be a beef on the yard, you know, okay. So this particular group or that particular group, and it may not even be in the same cell block. It may be the next cell block or two over. You know, this beef is going on, you know, because of course proximity. I don't know how they believe that communication doesn't occur even if you're in a prison. Communication occurs the most effectively in a concentrated space, but it's beef going in between these two blocks. And so let's say one particular inmate that's been facilitating the beef is transferred over into that block, and that inmate gets hurt very, very badly. You know, or his associates get hurt very, very badly. You know, in the case, I'm speaking theoretically in the case of the Quando Rondo situation. So it's like, okay, you in this prison situation, but Quando Rondo and them, they was outside free. Quando Rondo could have made wise choices and decisions, and knowing that, well, allegedly, according to the rumors, that he was dissing the Hoovers. And
hold up a minute, because we done went all the way left. We done went all the way left. And we've been on here over 3 hours, so I'm gonna bring this thing to a close. But Miss Cynthia, I appreciate you with all of your perspectives. Everybody in the chat, everybody who hit the Cash App or Super Chat or whatever that stuff is. Thank you. Appreciate y'all. And everybody that tuned in, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Hopefully you like something that you heard. Hopefully something that you heard can inspire you and motivate you. Because that's our intentions. And, you know, if that's the case, then, you know, our mission been accomplished today. But, you know, like I say, this is just another episode of Uncomfortable Conversations. This is where we come together and we try to sit down and talk about stuff that's uncomfortable for us to talk about with the people who we should be able to talk to about them. So what we doing, I kind of like call it going out and picking us a family. We picking us a properly functioning family that we can engage in our family and use our family as a way to heal and correct ourselves. and right our wrongs, to represent the true definition of family. And I call it our form of online therapy. So with that being said, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. And I ask that y'all come back to the next topic. I ain't for sure which one it's gonna be, but we normally post it in the community and then we'll come out with it. And yes, ma'am. Thank you for your input.
I'll pop in now that I know about y'all. They was telling me you was asking me to come on. So yeah, I came on. So I did my part.
They ain't lie on me. I did ask for you, and I need you to go get some more of the ones that's connected to you.
I am. I'm gonna tell my family to get on. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am, and I appreciate you.
We talk about
have
stuff
a good
like
day.
this all the time. You too. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, bye-bye.